Hey, welcome back to another full platinum walkthrough. This is for Alien Rogue Incursion, the non-VR version, aka Evolved Edition. There's a few less trophies on this than the VR one, basically because you can't obtain certain ones without a VR. So it's only 30 on this, but you still got to do the game on insane mode. And this walkthrough is going to walk you through every trophy on one playthrough, which means we're doing it on insane mode. Now it's actually a bit more difficult than the VR version, because you can't avoid the aliens as easy now. There's a few things you could do to cheese them so it couldn't damage you, and a few other bits and bobs, but yeah, it doesn't work now. So a lot of them we've got to kind of fight head on or create other inventive ways to avoid them, which I'll be walking through everything. Of course, this is a full walkthrough. So in my settings, I'm going to put stowed motion tracker alerts on. That'll just make it when it's stowed, you'll hear like a beep. It doesn't always work properly because sometimes it might detect David or some androids, which of course are not hostile. So you can't always go by it, but sometimes it can let you know if there's an alien nearby. I've put controller aim sensitivity up to 150%, adaptive triggers off. I've put on my subtitles, motion blur off. I've turned up my brightness just to make it better for the video. And you want aim assist on. I mean, you can turn it off if you want to, but it would be better if you aim it on. It's not really strong, the aim assist, but it will help you a little bit. And hold for rapid press, I've turned that on as well. So I've just got to hold the button instead of pressing it on certain interactions. Now of course, new game and pick insane difficulty. If you want to follow this on 2 playthroughs, you can do. Just follow me on easy, then follow me again on insane. But doing 100% on insane is not too bad. It's not too bad. I mean, the worst thing is getting past some of the scripted fights, but you can't avoid most of them. Going out of the way slightly to get certain collectibles, like I say, it's not a big problem. So I don't think it's going to be a lot harder doing 100% on insane. It's not. And I'll be walking through all the missed trophies, everything, so don't worry too much. Now just a few tips before we get started. So resources will normally respawn in panic room lockers if you run out of all your weapon magazines. I've got to test that out if it still works on the non-VR version, but on the VR version, yes, resources would respawn in lockers. These are lockers in panic rooms only if you run out of all your weapon magazines. Now something which does still work here is if you save your game and then reload, all your health will be restored. So keep that in mind. If you're low in health and you just save your game, reload it, just get all your health back. Because when you're on low health, enemies are more likely to jump at you, xenomorphs, and it's a lot harder to avoid the jumping attack. And you also do not ever want to change difficulty, because you can actually change difficulty when in game, but you don't want to do it, because if you do, you might mess up the insane trophy. So just leave it on the insane, guys, until you put the insane trophy at the end, and we'll drop it down near the end in order to get some missed trophies out of the way in the fights near the end. Now with all that out of the way, I'm just going to skip forward slightly, guys, just get rid of this intro, and I'll join you in a moment. Another thing I should point out is there's a full text guide linked in the description. The text guide can be used by itself, you don't have to follow the video. So if you want to look ahead, guys, or you just want to follow the text guide for whatever reason, it's there in description. But after that cutscene, so you have to lift the harness, the bars of your body. When you had VR, you had to kind of grab it with your hands. But here, you just press L2 and R2 if you're on PlayStation, of course. I do like controls in this one, actually, when it comes to selecting weapons and things like that. You normally use the D-pad to select between your motion tracker, your data pad, your stim packs. You press the touchpad to open up your data pad in front of you so you can view the map and all the different things on it, your logs and the objectives and whatnot. You hold R1, by the way, to bring it your weapon wheel, so keep that in mind. If you want to ever change your hand torch later, hold R1. Remember, this is on PlayStation. If you're on Xbox or Steam, then just use whatever command it is for you. So once the door opens, press triangle to open it. Run around here. Open this door next. Just press triangle to open them. Now grab a stim pack, and you have to use this to progress. Grab it, press down on the D-pad to use it, and then grab this data disk. We have to grab all the data disks, we have to grab all the emails, and we have to grab all the, well, we have to rewire all the junction boxes as well. Of course, we're going to be doing all that. So place the data disk inside your data pad. When we do grab data disks going forward, by the way, I'm normally going to be just quickly grabbing them, then spinning around, running to where I need to go next, and I'm going to hold R2 to slot it in my data pad as I'm on the move. So just keep that in mind, but I will point them out to you. So that's your first data disk out of 27. Sorry, 21, not 27. 21 data disks. And that will be Carver. by the way, if you think I've missed something, I've not. A lot of times I leave things until a point when I know there's not going to be any enemies around, because there will be some scripted parts throughout the game when xenomorphs will stop spawning. And there's parts like that when it can be good time to go and grab loads of certain loot, which you could have probably got earlier, but you would have had a big risk of encountering a lot of xenomorphs. So there's sometimes, yes, I avoid certain collectibles until a much safer time later on.
Jesus, Ben.
And xenomorphs, the reason I think this one is harder, as I said, you can't hide as much. You got to fight most xenomorphs head on, but you find with a lot of xenomorphs you just have to be really aggressive. If you try running away from them, getting to cover, you're going to get hit. As soon as you come across a xenomorph, you need to take out as quick as you can. Xenomorphs, you can shoot them in the jawline or the neck and it will stun them, by the way. If you shoot them in the jaw or the neck, it will stun them. It can be quite tricky though when you're under pressure. Now, interact this terminal, get the 2 messages. So your first 2 emails, grab them 2 emails and then also open the vent on the control panel. So that should be 1 of 100 email and 2 of 200. So your first 2 emails, we've got a data disk of course as well in that room just before. Then once you've opened the vent, come through and we'll be leaving the ship in a minute, getting our first weapon. When it comes to the ammo drops, they're a bit more random in this. On the VR version, you always got 99, for example. You always got a full clip, basically, when you grabbed ammo for your weapon. You'd always get a full clip, but in this, it gives you like a random amount. I'm not quite sure if it's entirely due to how much ammo you have yet. You know, if you've got less ammo, you get more in your clip. If you've got more, you get less. But grab that wheel, place it on the slot, guys, and rotate it to open this door. And then continue forward to find Davis again. We're going to shoot him between the cheeks in a minute. There's a trophy for it, so I'm not doing it just for fun or for pleasure. You can shoot him anywhere, but sometimes I just like to shoot enemies in like a delicate place, just see if there's like a unexpected reaction from them. Yeah, wait for this dialogue to finish, then you need to take out your motion tracker. When you do have some out in your hand, by the way, if it's not a weapon, it does seem to slow down your movement speed a bit. And there is stamina in this. In the VR version, there is no stamina system. That's something they've kind of introduced just to make it so you can't run away at full speed all the time. And when you dodge with X. That uses about 1/3 of stamina. So you're going to try not to dodge if you can help it, because if you dodge too much, you're going to have to walk away from aliens. And good luck walking away from a xenomorph. So yeah, take out your motion tracker once it appears on the left HUD. You can see it down there. Right for your data pad, left for your motion tracker, up for your torch, and down for your healing kits. So grab the pulse rifle. For some reason, it comes with an empty magazine. Whoever left that in there needs shooting. Maybe it's Davis. Grab the 3 magazines. These will be full ammo. And now we're going to shoot him. Like I say, pick whatever you want. He's trying to guard his bum. Buttocks, he's quite used to it by now, being shot between his cheeks. But I can shoot through his bullets there, between his fingers, sorry. Now once you're done, drop down here and shoot that circuit breaker to open this door. Yeah, you'll get that trophy for shooting him, unworthy of creation. And once you come outside, you get a trophy as well, one more small step. Now I'm just showing you them thrusters from the ship and that container in the distance, because we might be hiding beneath them later. But I'll take you through all that again later on. Yeah, that door, by the way, there, we can unlock it sooner, a bit later on, but I actually go to that door much later in the game when xenomorphs are not chasing us. Now there, shoot the circuit breaker through the broken window to open that door. We'll go in there in a minute, but we want to come down here, open this door to the main gate, to the administration wing. Just open that door, because it's going to make it easy later when we're running away from xenomorphs. Because it would be open already, we can just run straight in and close it behind us and stop the xenomorphs from chasing. So open that door already. Come along here next, grab this little tool. Now with that little tool we are going to rewire this box. You have to rewire 29 of these in order to get a trophy. Most are story related, but some which aren't. But that's your first. We're going to come over here next, grab that pulse rifle magazine, grab the revolver magazine, and also press R1 to change weapons, guys, and reload your revolver if not already. I kind of forgot, you'll see me doing it in a minute. But you want to come to this room next, grab that data disc. So that's data disc number 2. Number 2 of 21, got it right that time. And that will be staff, doctor's notes. Come over to this panic room next and unlock the panic room by rewiring this junction box. This will be junction box number 2 of 29. That's it, rewire that one. Then come in here, unlock these 2 lockers, grab any loot. Loot is normally a little bit random, by the way, unless it's kind of out already. If it's loot from a container or a locker, it will normally be random. Most time, not always. There are some instances where you always get like 1 grenade in a specific suitcase, which you'll find out a bit later. So come to this terminal and take the message from it. So grab that message there. Any terminals I'm avoiding, by the way, is because you don't have the clearance yet. We'll grab that message and then save your game. And we should now be on 3 of 100 emails. So in a minute, we're going to come up against our first xenomorph. So straight away, as soon as you get control back, guys, start shooting it. Try to aim for its jaw if you can, so it'll stun it. But just try to get it on target, guys. If you hit its body, it's going to take about 40 bullets for the pulse rifle. But if you hit its head, it's going to take about 20. But you don't really have time to be accurate. Just try to hit it. There you go, 40 shots about. And got her. Hopefully you don't take any damage. But if you do, use the stim pack. Because if not, the xenomorph coming up is more likely to jump at you. And straight away, make your way down here. Because xenomorphs, they'll kind of start spawning randomly. As you go through the game, there'll be more which can spawn. So for now, at the moment, only 1 can spawn. But later on, it might be 2, it might be 3 as you progress. So as soon as you kill that one, come forward, guys, quickly before it spawns again. Like I say, they'll start spawning randomly. It normally takes about 2 or 3 minutes before the next wave will spawn. Sometimes a bit quicker, sometimes a bit later. Now come up here and interact with this terminal. And one thing I don't like as well, by the way, is the game does not tell you when it autosaves. Yeah, it doesn't tell you when it autosaves. I don't know why. So interact with this terminal, take the message first, and then use the manual override, open the door, or sorry, close the door, and then start the cycle. So take the message first, then close the door, and start the cycle. That's it. Now once you've done that, a xenomorph's going to spawn in a minute. This is scripted. The xenomorph here will jump on this little table here. No, do not put the hat on. That's something you have to do in the VR version. So you want to try and kill the xenomorph as soon as you can. Now if you're lucky, you can kill him as he jumps on this table. There she is. But she's jumping away. She'll come back in a minute, don't worry. Here she comes. Yeah, xenomorphs, by the way, once you've done enough damage, they'll retreat very briefly. They'll either come straight back like that one did, or they might go and hide and then come back a few seconds later. Now I just healed because it did damage me. And then we're going to come over here to the southwest corner quickly. Remember, we want to be quick before the next xenomorph spawns. Now grab that data disk. That is data disk number 3. Number 3 of 21, sorry. That will be staff working stiffs. Yeah, stiffs as in androids. So one's got a data disk. Make sure you slot it in. Come through this like little crawl space. Coming in next into the inspection bay. This is pretty much what insane mode is like. So even without collectibles, guys, you still got to do it like this. Yeah, come into traffic control, into the stairwell. Now hopefully by the time you get to the top, the xenomorph is not spawned yet, but it will be about to spawn as you get to the top of the stairwell. So go straight to the top. Do not go straight into where the panic room is, because the xenomorph will likely spawn as you're trying to rewire the junction box. Make sure you run into that gap to make sure you jump across it. Now shoot that circuit breaker to unlock that door. Then come around here. There's actually some ammo on that crate. And I'm just going to wait for the xenomorph to spawn. So on the VR version, you could crouch here and the enemy can't hit you. But he can on this one. But we're going to try to kill him anyway before he gets a chance to attack. Yes, always try to break the line of sight with xenomorphs, because then they're less likely to jump at you. And of course, keep your health full. So there she is. So I'm just going to wait for her to jump down here and then take her out. Right. Quickly get rid of her, guys, before she tries to run away. Got her. Right. Once you've got the xenomorph, going to grab that ammo. Try not to run on that acid. It does dissipate eventually, but if you go straight on that acid when they first die, it can damage you slightly. It's not really a big deal here, actually. So we're about to save a game. You could save your game and then reload to get your health back. So you've opened that door with buff. We've got the ammo. We've killed the xenomorph. Now come down here before the next one spawns. Open this door. The panic room is on your left. Rewire the junction box. Take off the cover first, of course. This should be junction box number 3 of 29. Yes, once you've done this one, it should be on 3 of 29. Come in here next. Take loot out of the lockers. Of course, it's always random. Yes, take a loot. Now get this message on here, this email. This should be email number 5 of 100. Now once got that, we're going to save the game. You can close panic room doors, by the way, when you come in, if you're being chased by xenomorphs, and then they will not chase you. Xenomorphs cannot spawn in the panic room, by the way. They can chase you in, but they cannot spawn inside. So if you lock the door, you're kind of safe for the time being. So once done all that, back up here. Now get in this top room, because the door will close behind you, and then no xenomorphs will spawn. Get in here quickly, guys, into traffic control, and the door will lock behind you. The xenomorph will spawn eventually, but first come here. Grab that data card. That's it, that one. Place it into your data pad. That should be 4 of 21. Then you want to come over here and grab the key card and the data disk. Now when you reach this key card, it will spawn a xenomorph. So grab the key card, put a data disk inside your data pad. That should be number 5. Then come to this window and try to kill the xenomorph as it comes through the window. That's it, got him. Yeah, it should always come through that window if you go straight over to it. There's a suitcase there, might have some ammo for you, might not. We can try and get lucky. Now quickly come over here before the next one spawns, interact this terminal. Remember, make sure you've got 2 data disks in this control room. First take them 3 messages from here. That should put you on 8 of 100. And you want to sign in with your key card. Now once you sign in, it's going to trigger the lockdown to lift in a second. So come over here, so as soon as the lockdown opens the door, you can get out and quickly run into the panic room, because 2 xenomorphs will be spawning at the same time. And it can be tricky to kill these 2, because you might have them both spawn at the same time. One can be behind you, one in front of you. So just quickly run down here into the panic room, guys. Close the door behind you. Do not try and be a hero. Come straight down here and close the door. That's it. You're safe for the time being. Now you're going to save your game. Reload it if you're low in health, and in a minute we're going to take another run for it. Now before you do this, wait for the xenomorphs to run away, because normally if you wait in the panic room for about 30 seconds, the music will go. You wait for the music to go back to normal, then you know the enemies kind of despawn for the time being. It will just give you a bit of a bigger window to escape. Because look what happened here when I left straight away, and I think I almost glitched a game. Look how far. I have no idea what happened there. I think me and the xenomorph occupy the same space at the same time. It just catapulted me upwards. But yeah, potential out of balance glitch. But you're trying to climb up this ladder quickly, jump off the edge here, and we're now running to the next safe room. We're basically doing a little relay to safe rooms as we try to progress along the story path. So as you come in here, save your game. Of course, close the door behind you so enemies do not get in. And I'm going to save and reload. So as you can see here, just select a save file you want to reload, and then load it at the bottom, and that will give me full HP. I'm going to wait for the xenomorphs to despawn now from outside. You don't have to wait for them to disappear on the motion tracker. Normally, if you wait for the music to stop, that's normally when they've de-aggroed. So they're trying to get in the door. Look at that, 4 xenomorphs. So I'm just going to wait for the music to go. That's it. They can show on the motion tracker, by the way, even when they're in the vents. They might not actually be on the map yet, so you don't have to wait for them to completely disappear. Just run out as soon as the music stops. That's it. Straight down here. This is why we open the door already. And then quickly interact with that terminal. And when you slot in the key card, it'll close the door behind you guys, and the xenomorphs will now stop chasing you for the time being. Now while you're waiting, come over here and rewire this access panel. This should be number 4 of... is it number 4? Yes, this is number 4 of 29, I think. Yeah, 4 of 29 junction box. So once you've done it, wait for Davies to come in, and then we should be able to go inside the panic room, get some more ammo, and get some more emails. Always save your game when you can do. So in here, of course, loot lockers as normal. We're not always going to loot lockers, by the way. Sometimes we will leave lockers until later. But yeah, for the time being, we're just going to be looting them. I'll let you know when you should loot them and when you should wait. So use this terminal. From here you should find email number 9, email 10 and email 11. Yeah, you should now be on 11 emails. Save your game and then continue through the administrative wing. The reason why sometimes I leave lockers is because we might be coming back down to that area not long afterwards where we might be tight on ammo. And so that's why sometimes I like to leave locker until we come down later when we're going to need that ammo. We're going to more likely need that ammo from lockers potentially. But as you come along here, near the end, as we get to the far northeast door we want to go to, some more xenomorphs are going to spawn. Now if you're quick, you can open the panic room quick enough, get inside and lock it behind you, and then let Davis kill the enemies. But if you don't want to risk it, just let Davis get close by and hide behind him. Yeah, xenomorphs will now be up on the roof and make their way to me. So you might want to just hide behind Davis, guys, because what you'll find when Davis is with you, the xenomorphs will attack whoever is closest to them. So you want to try to put Davis between you and the aliens. And Davis, by the way, has infinite ammo. You don't. So try to use Davis when you can. Yeah, so I was very close there. But I managed to just get in and close the door. But if you do not want to risk out, like I say, just before you rewire the junction box, because rewiring the junction box when you're being chased leaves you wide open. Just get Davis close to you and kind of get your back to a wall and in like a little corner. So there's no way they can get around him and get to you. And then they should attack him and you wouldn't take any damage. And then once they're in here and it's safe, loot lockers, grab the 2 emails from there. That should be email number 12 and number 13. And I should be on 5 of 29 junction boxes at the same time. And I don't know why that door opened. Because in the non-VR version, Davis couldn't open doors, but maybe now he can. But you want to wait until he's defeated the xenomorphs before you head forwards. What I normally do is I'll leave the door closed, then wait for him to defeat the xenomorphs and then let him come in. But somehow he opened the door himself. So you might want to wait for him to defeat the xenomorphs before you open the door or save your game. Because maybe that's what made the door open. Because on the non-VR version there was a bit of a glitch where sometimes the door would open when it's not supposed to. Should be careful. And then once you've done all that, guys, come down here and go through his events. If he's killed all the xenomorphs currently, no more should spawn for the time being. On the non-VR version, sorry, I keep getting mixed up. On the VR version, after that encounter, they could spawn again if you're not quick enough as we go to get a hand torch. But in this version, it seems like once you kill that first wave in the administrative wing, they don't seem to spawn again until you get the hand torch. But it might just been because I could just be lucky, or maybe there's just like a bigger cooldown before they can spawn again when you're on your way to get a hand torch. But yes, go through a crawl space, drop down here, guys, come to this terminal. On this terminal, first you want to take the email. So messages, there'll be 1 email there. Yeah, take that and then control panel and open the locker nearby. Now in this locker you find a grenade and the hand torch. That grenade was not there on the VR version. But yeah, grab a hand torch, grab a grenade, grab that pulse rifle ammo on the corner of that desk. And the first thing we want to do is unlock this door and let Davis in. Just in case any xenomorphs do spawn. You can get behind him and let him kill them. Right, open the door quickly. Now Davis is catching up. Now we want to come into here, the warehouse. We have to come in here later, but I like to get rid of this world now when Davis is with us. Because later when we come here, there's going to be probably like 4 or so xenomorphs chasing you. And I actually want to get data disk now as well. So we're going to come inside and get data disk to the far left. There is a terminal nearby, which you need access clearance, which you don't have yet. But on this terminal, there is no emails anyway, so we never actually need to use that terminal. So grab a data disk and place it in. And it should be data disk, guys, number 6 of 21. BG Swift. Working late. Now you want to come back out here, go back into the main hallway. Now be very careful because the xenomorph might spawn. 1 spawns near me actually when I'm breaking this world on the far door. So try to keep Davis near you. Slow down if you want to let him catch up. You can keep looking on him, just make sure he's close by. Because look what happens to me in a minute. A xenomorph drops in as I'm breaking this world. But if Davis was nearby, I could quickly hide behind him and let him kill him. But I was lucky enough to kill the xenomorph quick enough anyway. But yeah, try not to drop yourself in it like this. Yes, here she is. Yeah, but I was quite lucky there. I didn't even take any damage somehow. But yeah, I should have waited for Davis to catch up. But when you break the weld on this big door, guys, do not unlock the door yet. Because when you unlock this door, it spawns 4 xenomorphs. Just break the weld because it will save time later when we reload. And if you do make any mistakes later and you have to keep reloading, you don't have to keep doing this weld every single time. So just get rid of the weld now, like so. That's it, you're ready. Do not open the door yet. Yeah, thanks David for helping me with that xenomorph. Much appreciated, mate. Right, open this door for later. We can't access this door now, but when we come around in later with xenomorphs chasing us, we'll be able to come straight in here and not worry about taking off the weld. Right, once that door is done, we're going to head into the safe room, guys, and save our game. And that'll be it for part 1. Yeah, this will be about 7 videos. It's not going to be long at all, about between 3 hours and 4 hours. So I'm going to try to split it down in 7 videos. That should be plenty of time. But yes, save your game. And that'll be it for part 1. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on part 2 tomorrow. Hey, welcome back to part 2 of my Alien Rogue Incursion Evolved Edition walkthrough. We're going to come through here, and remember what we need to do next is open the door to the north to the elevator area. Now when we open this, 4 xenomorphs are going to spawn, and we want to get a trophy for killing 2 xenomorphs with a explosive barrel. So if you don't get this trophy, just reload that save and try again. Once you open the door, try to get near Davis, so when any do get you, they'll attack him. But yes, you see them 4 xenomorphs, wait for 2 to jump near that barrel and shoot it, guys. So get a trophy, adios muchachos. And now we're going to hide behind Davis and let him kill the 2 remaining xenomorphs. These next steps coming up, we want to try and be really fast, by the way, to prevent more xenomorphs spawning. So as soon as he's killed them all, so there should be 1 more remaining. It's been a bit buggy. Yeah, we're not bugging, and sometimes they just do not want to come down to you. Thing is, you don't want to be too long, because if you take too long to kill the last one, the first xenomorph or second might be ready to spawn again if you take too long. Right, once you've got them all, quickly run around here and go left. We're going to the northeast side of the administrative wing. There's my map. Now come to the central area of these like office space. Grab back data disk, put it in, and then straight away grab the drive nearby. So grab a data disk, put it in, guys, and grab this drive quickly. We need to be quick before more enemies spawn, because once we do these next 3 steps, enemies will stop spawning. So we're going to try and get these next 3 steps completed as quick as we can. So you've got a data disk, come up here with the drive, slot it in. Davis will talk for a little bit. And then once you can, quickly put your data pad into this terminal, dock it, use control panel, and then quickly scan the drive. Once you scan the drive, that will stop any enemies from spawning. But if there's any already on the map, they'll still be there, they'll still attack you. But you want to try and do all this, and then it'll stop them from spawning until later on. I mean, if any do spawn right now, you can kind of hide behind Davis, try and give it a go. So data analysis and scan that drive. Once it's scanned, that'll be it, no more xenomorphs. And then get 3 messages on this terminal. There'll be 3 emails you want to take, so take them all. And now we're safe for the time being. So Davis is going to go and wait on that terminal. Yeah, so you're safe for the time being, guys. No more xenomorphs are going to spawn. There will be 1, but it's scripted. I'll explain why in a few minutes. So come down to the bottom here and grab this data disk. Place it in. That should be data disk number 8. Now we're going to go to terminal around here. Yeah, so the reason I want to do it now is because, of course, now we're safe from xenomorphs. We still had to get the drive, and that's why I just grabbed the data disk near the drive when we first came into this room. So on this terminal, grab the 3 emails. So make sure you click on each one, guys, to make sure it registers. That should be 20 emails now we've got so far. Now come over to this window, shoot the circuit breaker through the broken glass, and it will unlock this door. Unlock the door, come in. Now on the left will be some pulse rifle ammo. You've got another pulse rifle ammo near the sink, and on this counter is a first aid kit if you need it. Then you want to open this case to find a grenade inside it. Once you've got a grenade, come up here next and into this room. Yeah, into the meeting room over here. And when we go through this crawl space, a xenomorph always spawns. You can't avoid it, it's scripted. So get a grenade ready and lob it through the fork, the branch, there it is. Lob it there, you'll hear the xenomorph spawn, and then it'll kill him nice and quick, because killing xenomorphs in vents is quite difficult to do without taking damage. So it's best to just lob a grenade. So he's dead already. Like I say, he's scripted, no more are going to spawn. Once you come through here, use this terminal. Get some more emails. You can also open the locker nearby. So control panel, unlock the locker, get some loot and messages. Grab the 3 emails. You can't quite see, so my data pad's in the way. That's a little bug they need to fix. Like when you put data pad on the terminal, it should already shrink, go back to its normal size. But yeah, grab the emails from that terminal, open this locker, grab any loot inside it, then come over here and use your torch on this door. So you can imagine getting all this loot in this area when you've got xenomorphs chasing you, and you know exactly when the xenomorphs spawn and when they don't spawn. Just make it a lot easier to explore. I don't think 100% on it insane is that bad. It's mainly some of the missed trophies. That's the problem. You'll find out why a bit later. I mean, they're not mega bad. Of course, they're just a little bit easier on easy. So you're going to put your disc in there, guys, to update the clearance. Scan your fingerprints. No need to take off your glove. Yeah, it'll print through your glove and then get a nice photo. Yeah, nice little selfie there. That makes you an employee. It doesn't matter if you're blinking or anything, guys, or looking away. It will still take a good photo. Now, since you've taken the photo, come down here. We want to be quick now because enemies are going to start spawning again. But you're going to have a brief grace window. Probably grace window of about a minute or 2. So we want to be quick. Open the door. Come right into this room. Come to this terminal. Quickly put in your pad. And we want to take the emails. I do unlock locker, but you don't need to, so I don't loot it. We don't have time. Yeah, just go into messages and take the 2 emails. That's all you want to do. As soon as you've done that. Oh, hello, Davis. He's right behind you. Yeah, your protector is nearby. Yeah, come over to this office next. This small little storeroom. Place in your new blue keycard clearance. Unlock the door. Come inside. Grab his data disc. Grab a data disc. Come to the far end here. And you want to loot this case because it's got a grenade inside it. Grenades are going to come in useful later, so don't use grenades unless I advise. So yes, open that case, and now we want to get a next xenomorph's attention, because any time now, provided you've been the same speed as me, xenomorphs are about ready to spawn. There'll be 3 or 4. Sometimes I have 3, sometimes I have 4. It depends, but if you do have 3, just be careful, because on your way back to the safe room after this, the 4th might spawn. Like I say, sometimes he does, sometimes he doesn't, sometimes he spawns later. So I like to kill him here, because the aliens do not spawn from behind, so you can just stay behind Davis like this, and they'll all spawn in front. Just let him kill all 3. If any glitch out, because sometimes they can actually get inside Davis. Yeah, how dirty that sounds. They can get inside him, and sometimes when that happens, Davis will glitch out and he won't do anything, and you might just have to help him by shooting the alien yourself. But just make sure they're all definitely dead, and then move on. So now we're going back to that recent safe room. We're going to save our game. So we want to try and be quick now. So it's all the way over to the northeast corner. Originally, I didn't used to go to safe room at this point. On the VR version, I would just go straight left here actually. I'd go left and straight into the next office with all the collectibles. But on the non-VR version, I want to come and save it just to be on the safe side. So yes, into the mess hall airlock to the northeast. Into panic room and save your game. You can close the door just in case any xenomorph is hot on your tail. That's it, save your game. And if you're low in health, reload it to get your health back. I'm going to reload it anyway. Yeah, Davis does glitch up when I come back here later. I close the airlock to the mess hall, but Davis does not spawn near me when he's supposed to. I mean, he might not be directly behind you, and he might get locked outside, but he normally spawns inside when you reload to save something, but he doesn't. So I had to kind of open the door and go back and get him. So yeah, hopefully that bug doesn't happen for you. But it's one more xenomorph. So this is what I said. If you kill 3, there might be a 4th one hanging around. But they will start spawning again. Anyway, because now they're on that kind of like random spawn rate where you kill a bunch and then give it a 2 or 3 minutes and another wave will spawn. But try and get Davis to kill them all. Always try to make sure your health is full when you're around xenomorphs. Like I say, they will try to grab you and they'll kill you instantly if they manage to get that grab. Right, but once you're ready, I'm going to make our way back here. Be quick before any more spawn. I was actually quite lucky, so I don't think any more spawns after killing that one. It's quite lucky. Like I say, you might get lucky, you might not. They might spawn when you're trying to open this door up here, or when you try and do this access panel in a second. But interact with this. With these doors, you need to grab a bunch of data discs, like a certain collection. and we should have this collection to unlock this door. If not, you've missed a data disk somewhere. Check out text guide to see which one you've missed. But yes, come inside, come to this box on the far wall, and you want to reroute all the power to the bottom red circuit for the time being. You see that bottom red cable? We want to turn that one on, make it live. Thing is, you have a bit of pressure on you because you do not want xenomorphs to spawn when you're doing this. There you go, just pause it if you need to, that's what you want it. Down to the red one. That will open this door on the right side as you look at that panel. Come in here, grab the email from this computer. Yeah, it'll be one email on that computer. Grab that, and then once you've got that email, you want to go to the back right of this office, this control room. Grab that drive, go back to computer, where the access terminal was, and slot it in. We need a second drive yet. That'll be drive number 2 done. Just got to get drive number 3 next. Yeah, slot it in there. Yeah, one's already in there, of course. And then once slotted in the second drive, come back to the access terminal, the panel, and now you want to connect the power to the green one and to the brown one. So turn them both on, the green and the brown one. That's it. Then you want to come this door, head inside the vents. Hopefully no enemies spawn when you're climbing through here, because you're probably guaranteed to die then, especially if one comes from behind and one comes from in front. So once you drop in, first thing you want to do is break the weld in this door so you can let Davis come in. So just in case any enemies do spawn, you can hide behind him and let him do all the work for you. Yeah, do not get your hands dirty when you've got an android to do your bidding. So once the door's open, yeah, let Davis in. Get the email from his terminal. Should be one email. There you go, forward intercom transcription. Once done that, you want to grab this drive from the far left. That should be the final drive. Now back to that terminal in the middle of the room. Place it in, then we're going to unlock the rear door and also grab a bunch of emails. These will be the last emails we're going to get in this video, by the way. Last collectible is actually coming up as well. Yeah, for this video at least. Yeah, so placing the final drive, placing your data pad, go into data analysis. You want to scan both of these drives. Yeah, data analysis, scan both of the drives. Once you scan them both, go into control panel, where you can get the emails first. So you get the 3 messages, make sure you do not forget to get them. And I didn't mean to come off so quick, you need to scan them drives now. So now you scanned them, you need to go into control panel and open the doors. Yes, you scan them first, then you got to open the door, and of course make sure you take the 3 emails from the messages. Then once done, come in here, this door at the far back will be unlocked with the glass windows, the large glass walls. Inside here, unlock this case, there'll be some grenades inside it. Grab that grenade. Like I say, you should have 3 grenades by this point. Grab a data disk, there's another grenade over here if you need it. And some shotgun butts that you're never going to need. Well, not at the moment anyway. So 2 grenades. That's it. Make sure you got a data disk, and that's all you need. We are done in this room, guys. So like I say, make sure you have 3 grenades. Going to come in very, very useful in this next fight and getting a specific trophy. And of course, you've got a data disk. We've got all them emails. And now we're making our way back to the northeast safe room, the mess hall airlock. We're going to save the game. But what you might want to do first is use your key card on this to close the airlock door. And this way it kind of bugged out for me. So Davis, if he's behind, you don't catch up quick enough on the on the VR version, he would normally kind of teleport you when you save your game and reload it, but it didn't happen on this. So if you save your game and reload it, like I'm going to do in a second, and Davis is not nearby, what you might have to do is open the airlock again, let him in, and then close it. Yeah, that's what I had to do. Of course, I've edited out that bit. I mean, Davis is talking, but he's nowhere nearby. So it's a bit of a bug. I don't think I had this on the VR version. First time I've experienced this, and I have been through this game quite a lot of times in the past. We've got a hard fight coming up, especially on insane mode. You have to do this fight no matter what. But in order to get a trophy, after finishing the fight, you have to kill 5 more xenomorphs, and that's a tricky thing. It's easier than the first game actually, because on the first game, the VR version, you had to kill 10 enemies, but now it's only 5, so it's a little bit easier. So yeah, save your game and then reload the save. But on the VR version, you could hide better. You could hide behind certain enemies, like I say, you could avoid their slashing attacks because you could crouch beneath it. You can't do that on this. So you've got to rely on your skill and your gunplay, and of course dodging back. Because the time when you have to, here she is, the time when you have to kill 5 enemies, they will always try to grab you and do that kind of like finishing attack straight away. But it triggers a story cutscene, so it's unavoidable. But even if you've got full health, they'll try to go straight into that attack, so you can't even really get hit by them at the time when you have to kill 5 enemies. But yes, come through here. That's where I am on the map. Now on the left here will be some pulse rifle ammo and some first aid kits if you need them, and some revolver ammo. Now coming here, there'll be 2 enemies feasting. Do not use any grenades on them. What we're going to do, wait for Davis to get closer. I'm going to get their attention and then let Davis kill them. He is a bit buggy at times, especially when you stand near him. So I'm just going to shoot them in the butt cheeks, get their attention, and now try and let Davis kill them. Right, that's one dead, and I have no idea what this one's doing over here. He's kind of bugged out. Yeah, so she's just sitting there. Yeah, maybe she's having a number 2 or something. I've no idea, but yeah. The xenomorph just sat there. Maybe it's eating some on the blue barrel. But yeah, once they're both dead, now no more enemies will spawn until you pull these next 2 levers, or pull one of them. So what I'm going to do is show you where there's ammo around this area. So if you need any ammo, this is where you can find it. I've just showed some revolver ammo and a first aid kit. On this bench near the middle, you've got pulse rifle ammo there, a first aid kit on there. Where is it? Oh yeah, in this dark space over here will be some pulse rifle ammo on that plastic pallet. On the centre tables, you got pulse rifle ammo and some revolver ammo there. On the kitchen parts, you got a bunch of ammo here on the counters, but we want to try and leave that ammo until later because we will be back in this room later. And then once ready, pull this lever. Like I say, once you pull the first lever, enemies will start spawning again, so you want to try pulling both really quick. That's the first one. And then over here near where we came in would be the second one. Now once you pull them both, it's going to trigger a horde of xenomorphs. They're going to come in 2 waves to begin with. Davis will help you for these first 2 waves, so I'm going to try to stay near Davis to conserve my ammo. After this fight, you're going to lose all your ammo, by the way, and all your healing items. You're going to lose everything. So don't worry about wasting it all, but we need to make sure we've got enough to kill 5 enemies ourselves near the end of this encounter. Like I said, the first 2 waves, Davis will help you. So you can try and stay behind him. But you see, it can get a bit buggy at times when you're trying to do this. But if they're attacking Davis, even if you're kind of in the range, the attack will not hit you. If the attack is meant to hit Davis, it can't connect with you for some reason. But I don't know what them 2 are doing there. Davis and the xenomorph were kind of lip syncing. And it's lifting them off. No idea what's going on. But yeah, if any do come for you, be ready to take them out quickly. About 40 shots for the pulse rifle, or 20 shots if you can hit them in the head. And if you can hit them in the jaw or the neck, it will stun them as well. Just try to do that. But do not use your grenades. Yes, do not use your grenades. So is that the first wave? So there should be 1 more wave now. I'll let you know what happened when the scripted part is about to begin. So Davis will say something. So he'll lob a grenade. That comes. Normally the next wave comes about the time he lobs a grenade. But if you're lucky, it's just going to be 1 enemy like it was with me. Yeah, here it comes. But once the second wave has been dealt with, yes, Davis will say there's no end in them in sight, or Zulu will. Then Davis will say we need a plan, and Zulu will say same as always, survive. Now that's your key, that's your trigger. As soon as you get that dialogue, run over here, grab the pulse rifle ammo from the plastic crate, and I like to hide in this corner, the northeast corner. Now do not go right into the corner, just come here, so if an enemy gets close, you can press X to dodge back and avoid their attack, and then hopefully quickly kill them and get back to the spot ready to dodge the next one. So like I say, they'll try to grab you now and end the fight. You need to kill 5 enemies to get a trophy. So I like to kill the first 2 with my pulse rifle. That's 1. I'll get a second one, and then I'm going to use my 3 grenades for the final 3, and I'll pop a trophy. Now if you mess this up, you can reload, or you can try to change difficulty, but just be careful, because if you do that, you might not get the insane trophy. I might have the answer to that once I finish this playthrough, but I don't at the moment, sorry. But you can actually pause the game, change the difficulty story, and then change back. The enemies will die much quicker on story. Much quicker. Just make sure, if you do that, change back to insane, and then load your game back up and come and do all this again. Make sure on your save file, you have not changed the story at all, and kind of loaded a save, or save the game. But if you want to play it safe, just try and do this on insane like I'm doing. Like I say, kill the first 2 with your assault rifle and use grenades to kill the next 3. And I've already got that trophy, as you can see, with 1 grenade remaining. So it didn't go too bad. But yeah, I like this spot just because the enemies always come through this like little gap. It kind of bottlenecks them. You know they're not going to come from behind. It's a nice little spot to kill them. And yes, you let one grab you, you get a trophy. Game over, man. Yeah, when Zulu says, same as always, survive, that is the key trigger. After that, Davis is going to be out of the fight for the time being, and we need to kill 5 enemies after that point for a trophy. But if you get grabbed at any point, it's going to trigger this cutscene and the fight will be done. And you'll be here in the nest. So once you spawn in the nest, the game will autosave. It doesn't tell you, but yes, the game makes an autosave at this point, and it also makes an autosave about 5 minutes later when you get free. And we're going to get a few trophies here as well. So with your handgun, do not miss when doing this. Yes, do not miss. If you do, just reload autosave. Like I say, there is an autosave once this area started. Yeah, we've got 6 bullets, and the facehuggers, they're going to crawl on your leg. So you're going to wait until a facehugger is kind of like hugging the barrel of your revolver and then shoot it. Because if you miss when the barrel is here, then you've got really bad accuracy. Yeah, so there you go. Just shoot it. Do that 6 times. And when you use your final bullet, you get a trophy for killing an enemy with your final bullet. And you also get a trophy for killing a facehugger with your final bullet as well, I think. Something like that. I'll tell you in a minute. Oh, you get a trophy for killing 6 facehuggers while cocooned in the nest. And like I say, 1 for killing an enemy with your last bullet. And it's just a good space to do it. Basically, them trophies are unmissable, because if you go for the perfect organism one for killing 6 facehuggers while cocooned in the nest, you're definitely going to get the other one. There's no way about it. I don't know why them 2 trophies. I don't know why the sleep when you die trophy is there, because you automatically get it when you get this one. But you know, it is what it is. We're not going to complain. So final bullet. Probably should have kept a bullet for ourselves. Yeah, but you're going to regret that. Yeah, sleep when you die, kill an enemy with your last bullet, and perfect organism, kill 6 facehuggers while cocooned in the nest. Yeah, and now it's going to flirt with you. That's it. It's going to show its insides. That's it. Enjoy it. There'll be a little bit more dialogue, another brief cutscene, and then you get control back. Once you get free, yeah, there'll be an autosave, and all we're going to do is get to the next save station and save your game, and that'll be it for this part. This next fight coming up, it was quite a tricky fight on the original version, but on the VR version, but I don't find it too bad now. Yes, you can't hide as well, but shotgun is stronger now, by the way. Maybe they've made it stronger in the VR version since I've played it via updates, but yeah, the shotgun is a lot better on this version. So that's one weapon which is better since I last checked. You get less ammo in the shotgun. Before you could hold 8, now you can only hold 6. But 3 bullets of the shotgun kill a xenomorph now on insane. It used to be 4 bullets. And another thing is 1 shotgun shell will stun a xenomorph. Just basically 1 bullet will stun them, which is really good. I don't think that happened on the VR version, like I say, not since the last time I played. There might have been updates since which have changed it. But yeah, since last time I played, they died in 4 hits, and the shotgun did not stun them on each bullet. So it's really nice. You can just take time, but it only seems to stun them consistently if you let the xenomorph stand up and come towards you, and it's not already stunned. If you shoot at the xenomorph when it's stunned, it has no effect. You have to wait for it to recover, and then shoot it again, and it'll be stunned. So you can kind of just get rid of the xenomorphs nice and easy like that. There's 11 xenomorphs coming up in a big fight. That's what makes this fight quite tricky. But because them points I've just mentioned, yeah, it's not as bad as what you think. Right, back to get free. There'll be an autosave. We're going to grab a bit of shotgun ammo on the way. just so that once we do get in the fight later on, we're going to have max ammo, and there's going to be a bit of extra ammo which you can grab afterwards, so we can get all that ammo back. So grab that ammo there on that blue barrel. Yes, go forward, grab that ammo on the blue barrel, follow the wall on the right, you'll find the valve, but just near the valve is some more shotgun ammo. Grab that, grab the valve next, come along here, place the valve in the slot and rotate it. When you do this, it's going to make a xenomorph drop down. Do not go up to xenomorph yet, wait for it to run away and jump back up to ceiling, because if you do, it will slash you and you'll take a bit of damage. Yeah, so he's going to be a little bit upset. That's it, just growl back at him. I'm sure it's going to have no effect. That's it, once jumped out of the way, head forward. And I'm going to climb up here next. I don't think this little scene happened on the original, but I really don't remember this. Because you could climb up here a bit quicker, because you just use your hand with the VR controls. But now you have to press the shoulder buttons. So you climb up past this guy, go through a vent to the back, and there'll be another autosave coming up. But this panic room coming up shortly. You couldn't save your game there originally when the game first released. Not until a bit later. Yeah, the game wouldn't let you save, and it made this bit a lot harder. But now the game does let you save here, which is nice. So you've got kind of like a save point just before, so if you do make any mistakes, you don't have to do everything else just before it again. From this autosave coming up.
My chest.
And over here, go to the middle. And here she is, we found Davis again.
What they did to you.
Defensive of nest.
Yeah, we're going to detach his head from his body and take him around with us.
You are safe.
Tell me how you got down here and we can...
Yeah, we'll get trophy as well in a minute for attacking a xenomorph with your hand torch.
Through elevator unloading.
There's a nice easy spot to do it.
X-ray.
But if you reload the save, the xenomorph despawns. But there's more xenomorphs around this area. There's one actually on the wall to the left. And you'll find quite a lot of xenomorphs throughout this area, and they can all be good for this trophy.
Davis.
But this one, which is on your right, is the quickest. It's right beside you.
Oh. Not safe.
Can you walk it off? I don't know if I can...
Yeah, we're not going to bother putting Humpty Dumpty back together again. All we're going to do is take his head and take it with us.
I don't know what that is.
There's a new trophy on this for actually getting a basketball dunk with it. That'll be a bit later. We'll do that on part 3.
You want me to cut your head off?
Trust me.
Yeah, once you finish giving you his life story. Yeah, burn his neck and detach it. Yeah, give him a hand,
Thank you.
getting his head off,
Saw a symptom
and there you go.
while looking for
Stick his head wherever you want to.
Get you out of your injury.
He's going to put himself in standby, so he's not going to know what happened. He'll have no memory of it.
Try not to drop you, but if shit goes sideways...
not for my sake. For yours.
Yeah, so take out your hand torch, and the xenomorph on the right, we're going to burn him.
Approaching. To stand by. See you soon.
How soon is soon? Davis? Fine. I'll get us out of here.
Yeah, the game autosaves here as well. So yes, an autosave just triggered. So hand torch the xenomorph. There you go. Get a trophy. Becoming hysterical. Yes, he will be pretty upset about it and will kill you. But you respawn there anyway, so it's not a big deal. Yeah, that's a very quick way to get that trophy out of the way. So now we're going to grab the healing item on the left. Yeah, this healing item on this crate. Then we're going to go through the vents. Another thing with this is on the VR version you can have 6 healing items, but on this you can only have a maximum of 3, which I don't know why, because that's a lot less. But yeah, you can only hold 3 healing items now, but it was 6 on the VR version, like I say, before any new patches, because that's the last time I played. But come through here, go through a little sewer. We're going to climb out at the end. Now, will be a lot of xenomorphs around here. They won't attack you yet, but if you go nearer them, they might slash you, so just stay away from any xenomorphs.
You don't make it happen.
Once you climb out, spin around, grab the shotgun ammo in this box.
I die here. I die fighting.
Yeah, grab that. Come along here next. Now, at this cross section, go straight ahead. but slightly to the left. Yeah, straight ahead over here. If you're not quick, the xenomorphs will walk across the middle, so then you might just have to wait a bit longer, but if you're quick enough, you can just run straight across before the xenomorphs move. Come to this fire room, grab the shotgun. There you go, get a trophy for close encounters. Yeah, just lob Davis on the crate. And now we just want to grab any shotgun ammo nearby so we get max ammo. There'll be 2 ammo here on the corners, and there'll be a case behind you with some more ammo. Should be easily be able to get to full ammo with this. So yes, open that case guys and grab the ammo inside it. There you go, you can have 6 in your weapon and 24 in ammo magazines basically. But yes, once you've done all that, come back to the cross section, go right, go straight on, do not shoot any xenomorphs yet, and into the panic room. You can't close this door unfortunately, but we can save game. Like I say, appreciate that you can save your game here, because when the game first released on the VR, you could not save your game in this room when you first reached it. So loot lockers, we can't use that terminal yet, just loot lockers guys and save your game, and that'll be it for part 2. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on part 3 tomorrow. Hey, welcome back to part 3. We're in the nest of course, and got some tricky fights coming up. So what you want to do first, come out here, and you're going to try to quickly kill this xenomorph. This is going to trigger them all, so make sure you're ready. And then I'm going to try to kill one with this red barrel next. I'm going to come into panic room, and then from here I'm going to try to kill the others which try to rush me. The shotgun will normally stun them in 1 hit. That's it if they're standing up. And you kind of hit them in the body area. Sometimes you might only get 3 which spawn, you might get more like I have done. I think it depends how much noise you made really. It's probably because I shot some when I was outside the panic room. Normally if you do all your firing from inside the panic room, it doesn't alert too many. And so once I kill them, I've just looted the locker. I'm just going to save the game. Yeah, but it looks like some more are coming. That is normally it. I don't normally get this many, but you can see here just how things can change a little bit. Yeah, sometimes you might get a few more aliens than me guys, sometimes you might get less. It's a little bit random, I'm not quite sure how it works. I think the way the encounters works is a little bit buggy. As we know, they kind of like a cycle. 3 will spawn, and for example, and then no more will spawn for 3 minutes. But sometimes there'll be things which make them overlap. So you might have 3 spawn, but there might be like 1 or 2 from the next wave, or carried over from the wave before it, but they couldn't spawn for whatever reason. Yeah, it happens quite a lot. But once you kill them all, save your game, loot lockers. Then you're going to come up here to loading bay, grab that grenade on the far left, put Davis near the elevator, but do not press a button yet. Do not press it. For the time being, you should be safe, guys, from xenomorphs, as long as you're kind of quick. Now, open this case, grab the ammo inside it, reload your revolver, as for now I've got ammo. Come in here next. Yeah, it's going to open this case, there'll be another grenade inside it. We've got about 11 xenomorphs to kill now. And this fight is much easier on the VR version, because you can of course hide and crouch beneath their attacks. Can't really do that here. But we're going to close that door, we're going to come in here, we're going to do this panel next. This should be panel number 7 by the way of 29. So we're going to connect everything to the red circuit on the bottom. There you go, the red cable. And you can kind of see what I'm doing here. So what you can do if you want to see how to do this properly, just pause the screen on my finished circuit, and then you can see exactly how they need to be rewired. So come to this terminal, and then we're going to close the vent. If I'm honest, closing the vent doesn't seem to do much, but we're also going to unlock the locker, but I just like to do it when I'm there. So unlock the locker, close the vent, now grab any more ammo, open these 3 lockers ready, because once we've done this fight, we're going to quickly loot them before leaving this area. Yeah, so there should be 2 grenades remaining. There's a grenade in the locker. There's normally a grenade on the shelf on the left and a grenade on the shelf on the right. Right, I'm going to open this door, and then once ready guys, we are going to press a button and get ready for a big fight. You can go back and save your game if you want to. I do normally. I think I just forgot right now. So you ain't got to do that looting again. Right, so close this door, and this way I'm basically going to camp. You might have a better spot than this, but I like to camp here because once all the Xenos are defeated, I can quickly grab the ammo nearby. So if you let them stand up, yeah, one shotgun should stun them if you hit them properly. As you can see, it doesn't always work for me. Sometimes I think it's because I'm shooting them on the legs, or because they're kind of currently doing an attack. But I have been a lot better doing this on previous practice runs on this. If you do run out of ammo and you think there's a xenomorph about to attack you, quickly switch weapons because it's quicker. I wouldn't say the revolver is that good, but it can save you in a pinch, of course. Although the shotgun seems better in this version, the revolver seems worse. The Pulse Rifle seems exactly the same to me. So remember, like I said, there's about 11 enemies to get rid of. And because they take 3 shots each with the shotgun, if you're accurate, you're not going to have enough ammo, because you can only hold 30. So we are going to have to use some other weapons. And yet, perfectly executed. If you didn't get that trophy now, don't worry. I actually planned it into the guide for later. I just got lucky. But yeah, don't worry about that trophy if you don't get it now. All these missed combat trophies, I've got a really good spot later on in the game for every single one. And when you do get low on ammo, then we're going to use our 3 grenades. Just lob them in the middle here. Obviously, make sure you're not in the blast radius. If you're lucky, you'll get 2 at once, like I did. So just lob it there. Sometimes they can crawl past it, so be careful. Yeah, I mean, they might crawl on the ceiling and it might not hit them. But I was quite lucky there. And it made that xenomorph go ragdolly. And when the music calms down and you think you got them all, do not relax just yet. So there's normally just one glitched hanging around. So what I've done, I lobbed that Xeno there. I've lobbed that grenade there while I'm grabbing all the loot. Because the random Xeno, which is normally loitering around, which for some reason the game thinks it's not on the map, yeah, it'll normally come and grab you. And as you just said, my grenade just killed him. So I pretty much knew it was going to happen. I knew he was there. So now to grab all this loot quickly and then get back into near the elevator, guys. Grab Davis and ride it up to L3 before any more xenomorphs spawn. So L3, there you go. Now no xenomorphs will spawn for the time being, only on that bottom floor where we were in the nest. So up here, yes, you should be safe from xenomorphs. The reason I come up here now is because we can unlock the panic room when we're safe from xenomorphs. So we don't have to worry about any xenomorphs spawning when we're trying to rewire the panic room, which does happen quite a bit now. Yes, the panic room and the box for it will be just outside in the open where xenomorphs can spawn and you can get attacked while trying to rewire it. So I'm trying to do it at times when it's safe to do so. So once on L3, go right. There are more things to do here, but we will be back up here quite a bit later. I think we come back up here 3 times altogether. Yeah, I think it's 3 times. So take off this junction box and so let's rewire. Yeah, there's nothing worse than hearing that alien screeching sound when you're trying to do this. By the time you cancel and spin around, they're already on you and you're pretty much dead. Right, there we go. Panic room is open. So you can check lockers for any loot. Yeah, lockers, they don't seem to respawn anymore, like I did on the VR version, by the way, which is not very good. Yeah, VR version, if you run out of all your ammo, lockers would respawn loot, but it doesn't happen anymore. Not what I've noticed anyway. I've only checked on the lockers in the nest, but I assume that goes for them all. But I am going to try them all, just in case the nest one is, you know, unique because it's in the nest, and they know you're going to try to farm lots of ammo. But once you've rewired that panic room, guys, got all loot and save your game. Now you're going to come back to the elevator and go to L1, level 1. Go to level 1 next. We will be getting the Pulse Rifle in this video. Yeah, so we should have all our weapons. The only weapons you get in this game are the Pulse Rifle, the shotgun, and the revolver. And of course grenades. So it's not a massive range of weapons. You got a hand torch if you want to class that as a weapon, or Davis's head. Yeah, just bouncing him off the wall there.
Let's get you patched up, if we can.
So we're going to do this junction box next. Again, no aliens will spawn for the time being. So you're currently safe to do this. Right, come inside here afterwards. I've got full ammo, so I'm actually going to live in lockers, because once you open the lockers, it's going to trigger all the loot to appear. And if you wait till later, you might get pulse rifle ammo as well. So come to this terminal, grab the 3 messages from that terminal. Yeah, 3 emails, and then save your game. Like I say, do not open them lockers unless you need the ammo, because we'll just grab them later. So at the moment they're only going to spawn shotgun and revolver ammo, but once you get the pulse rifle back, they'll potentially spawn pulse rifle ammo as well. So once you've done that, save your game. Going to come across here next. We're going to get in a minute the only new trophy in this version, which is for getting a slam dunk basically with Davis's head. So in here, come to far right corner and open this crate to find a grenade inside. You should now have 3 grenades. Save all your grenades, by the way, for when I advise to use them, because there are some very useful times when we can use them, and it's going to save our bacon basically. Yeah, drop him in that bin, guys, and you get a trophy 97 All-Star. Yeah, make sure you drop him in that bin before you do this, because that trophy is missable. A lot of the trophies are missable in this. Once you dock him on there, you cannot take his head back. So you've got to make sure you get that trophy before you do this. So yeah, you dunk his head in the bin, get a 97 All-Star trophy, and then place him on here, and there'll be a long cutscene. This cutscene was a little bit different in the VR version, because in that one, you'd kind of get control back. You didn't have to just stand there listening to him talk. You get control back, and then that's normally when I'd go and loot the room, go and get a grenade and anything else which might be around. But here, you don't. You have to watch the whole cutscene, and as soon as the cutscene finishes, the door opens, and xenomorphs are triggered to start spawning again. Yeah, so straight after this, guys, xenomorphs going to start triggering on these levels: level 1, level 2, level 3. You can't access level 2 yet, but yeah, level 3 and level 1 xenomorphs are now going to spawn, so make sure you're quick. And they're now going to spawn, by the way, in groups of 2 or 3. Yeah, 2 or 3 groups. Later on it's going to be 4. They'll spawn in groups 4, but it never got more than that on the VR version. Yeah, it was never more than 4. They might have made it more on this, hopefully not. But we're going to get the new clearance now as well for the data pad. So you might have noticed already, some of the terminals you can't use them because you need like red clearance. Well, now you're going to have the clearance. So we need to go back to the nest now, fortunately, and get the emails from there. Yeah, quite nasty of the developers, but they've put a terminal in the nest which has a lock, so you have to backtrack to the nest, which is not nice. It's the only time you have to backtrack though, luckily. Yep, that doesn't look painful at all. Well, apparently that's what we need to do to download him to the data pad. Stick 3 probes into his head, including 1 into his eyeball. So make sure you get the right eye to begin with, because you won't be very happy about it if you stick that in both of his eyes. Yeah, I don't know what Zulu's doing with her hands, like dancing with her hands, hand movements. But yeah, we're about downloading now. Like I say, the xenomorph's going to start spawning now, and the door is going to be open straight away. So since you're good to go, spin around and let's wing it back to the elevator and ride it down to S1. Because xenomorphs are on a timer, we want to always try to be as quick as possible, because the slower you go, the more xenomorphs going to spawn. I thought they would have took off the random xenomorphs with them changing how the ammo works, because if you're unlucky, you might eventually run out of ammo. But there is 5 save points, of course. When this game first released, by the way, oh yeah, story trophy there, Android on board. Yeah, when the game first released, there's only 1 save file, literally 1 save. They added the 5 saves in afterwards. Yeah, so it's so easy to kind of lock yourself out, because there's a lot of bugs beforehand where the game progress would lock and you couldn't progress due to a glitch, and you had no save to go back to because there is only 1 save file and you lose all their progress. I mean, all the 6 save slots, or 5, should have released when the game first came out, but at least we've got them now. So I'd save my game there just in case I run into trouble in the nest, and I'm going to go down to sub-basement level 1. So straight away run down to Panic Room. I mean, if you're lucky, you can do this without any xenomorphs spawning, but I pretty much always get one wave at least. You always get at least one wave.
Why am I here?
Yeah, because xenomorphs down here, because you're in the nest, they seem to spawn more often. So sprint down to panic room. That's where the email is. I'm just going to wait for the xenomorphs to come in, take them all out. You can also loot lockers as well in here while you're nearby, just in case there is any extra ammo. That red barrel is respawned. Yes, red barrels will respawn when you reload, by the way. Right, got him. I think that's it. Right, so going to take this emails. So see admin login. Yeah, so now you have the clearance. So messages and take them 3. That's it. Once taken them, that's all you need. Quickly go back to the elevator. And now you're going to go up to level 3. You can save your game as well, just in case. It's probably a good idea to always save your game when you basically a few steps away from the terminal. Level 3 next. We've already been to level 3. We unlocked that panic room earlier, if you remember. But enemies are now going to spawn there. But the reason we need to go up there is because we now need to upgrade our little keycard. It's currently got blue clearance, but we're going to upgrade it to yellow clearance. So that means we're going to be able to unlock the yellow doors. There's one final upgrade yet. I think it's green clearance. But that's in the final area of the game. Blue and yellow clearance, basically what you need for all the areas up to that. So level 3. If you're quick enough, hopefully you can do what you need to do here, get back to the elevator and ride it back down to level 1. Yeah, so try to be really quick, guys, and hopefully you can avoid any xenomorphs. There's a panic room here, so if you do get into trouble, you can go in, close the door and save your game, and then wait for the xenomorphs to despawn if you wanted to. Right, so quickly come in here, security, go left, come to this terminal. You're going to quickly take the message. Yes, take the message, then go into PDT keycard and grant. Wait for it to fully build up. That bar, there you go, your objective will update, and now you've got yellow clearance. That's all you need to do, grab the message, go into the keycard option and then select grant and wait for it to update the keycard. Once done it, elevator and down to level 1. Getting the pulse rifle, by the way, is very, it's quite a tricky encounter. Because you don't really have much places to hide, you kind of have to run down to pulse rifle and then enemies will be spawning on the way down to you. When you take it, a bunch more spawn. But one good thing is, when you take the pulse rifle, the game makes an autosave. So keep that in mind. When you take the pulse rifle, or sorry, as you approach it when you're a few steps away, the game will make an autosave. So if you do mess up when getting the pulse rifle, you can just reload and you don't really lose any progress because you're back there. So once you get to level 1, we're going to save our game first. And I think the xenomorphs have already spawned. That's one of them. Like I say, there should be 2 or 3. You might get 3, but 2 if you're lucky. Like, I've been quite lucky so far. I'm just getting 2. But yeah, I have had 2. You're probably supposed to get 2. Maybe when I get 3, it's a bit of a bug. Like I say, when sometimes they can carry on over from the previous spawn or something like that. But once got rid of the next wave, make way all the way over to this door at IT. Do not come in this door, guys, until you've taken out the next wave. So just wait outside the door, keep it closed so they don't spawn behind you, and take out the next wave of enemies. Come in here when you've just defeated the next wave, so you don't have to worry about them spawning when you're doing these next few steps. So open this locker with the lock on it, grab a hard drive from inside, place the hard drive into computer. There's 3 hard drives here. That's the first. The next one will be on this table in the right corner. Put that on the in the slot next. Then the last one will be on the shelf on the back. There you go, drive number 3. Quickly put them in, and we're going to use this computer to unlock the nearby door. There's no emails on this computer. We have to do this in order to unlock the door to go into the next room, which does have a collectible. It's got a data disk. So place your data pad on there. You want data analysis. You want to scan every single drive, so it does take a few seconds. Yep, scan every single drive. And you go into control panel. And you need to open the door once the option appears. There you go. And the set door is unlocked. So take it back, go right, and go for this door. You're going to find a fallen crawl space. Just crouch and then approach it and press triangle to climb up inside. And you're going to have to use the back buttons in order to pull yourself up. And then you should kind of crawl yourself for a few seconds. Then when you get to the end, you have to press the back buttons again to lower yourself down. I don't know if xenomorphs can spawn in here now. So I think what would happen if a xenomorph spawned here during this crawling animation, because it's a little bit automatic, whereas on the VR version it wasn't, you did it all yourself. So once you drop in, grab a data disk from this desk in front of you. Yay, a Intel disk here. So grab that. And over here, in this locker will be a grenade if you need it. Yes, that Intel disk as well should have been number 11 of 21. 11 of 21. Break the weld on this door. That's it, we're going to go back to safe room next. And now get ready for this next section. This next section needs to be done at speed. Yeah, you always want to be moving forward, guys, quickly. Because, of course, less xenomorphs will spawn. And there is a lot which can spawn on this. And it's quite a long time, actually, before you get back to another safe room. So, yeah, just keep moving, guys. Try to move forward as fast as you can. I'm just going to save the game there and then just reload. Right, so let's do it. Yeah, we've got a mad run now to the pulse rifle and back. But we're going to end up on level 2 this time. So you're going to come over to this room, maintenance access, the next room on the right. You can put a key card in just so it's ready to unlock. But do not open the door yet, since xenomorphs might spawn behind you. And now we're going to kill the next wave. Make sure you kill the next wave right before you go into that room. So I'm just going to wait for them to spawn. I shot one bullet there, because sometimes they might not necessarily know where you are. So I just shoot my weapon to get their attention, and I'm going to try to shoot that barrel. I'm using my revolver here. There is a trophy for getting 30 kills with each weapon. So I'm just trying to get a few kills with my revolver when they're easy to kill. It's a shame you can't upgrade your weapons to kill them quicker. So once you kill the next wave, like I say, make sure it has been defeated. There might be 3. Just make sure the music's obviously died down. And then quickly come in here, climb up the ladder. You must be quick. If you can get through this vent quick enough, then none will spawn inside it. But if not, you might have 1 or 2 spawn while you're inside these vents. So you've got to be really quick. So come through here. We're not going to loot the little storeroom, by the way. You probably don't need the ammo anyway, so it's just going to be a waste of seconds. So straight away, when you're in this small open room, leave it on the bottom right. Yeah, you want it on the red cable on the bottom right, and then quickly match up the wiring like I am. That's it. Then quickly let go, spin around, go into this vent. Now, if you hear a noise of an alien when you approach this ladder, one is going to spawn behind you likely. So spin around and quickly shoot the one that spawns in front. It might spawn above you, but most of the time it will spawn behind from that junction. Yeah, so if you hear a noise at this point, spin around, get ready to kill it. But when you climb this ladder, you'll hear another noise, but as scripted to happen. Them enemies are not going to come for you. Yeah, see the enemies in this room. So for the time being, you're kind of safe. Yeah, so we're going to wait for them to despawn. But you need to drop into that room. I think the game wants you to go through this area in stealth, because you'll just see how dumb the aliens are in this bit. There'll actually be one crawling above my head in a second, and it's not going to see me. So you just want to wait probably for like a good 30 seconds or minutes even. You want to play it safe, because sometimes it'll look like they've despawned, but they haven't. They're still kind of roaming around in the pipes above the room, but they're kind of inactive, so they don't show up on the motion tracker. You'll see in a minute exactly what I mean by, you might think they've gone, but if not. But once you waited about 30 seconds or a minute, and it seems like they've gone, make your way through here. Look, you see that one above my head there? is what I mean. But luckily he doesn't really notice me somehow. So there's some assault rifle ammo there on the left. And also before we came through that door, on the table to the far left corner is a crate with 3 pulse rifle ammo. 3 clips. I mean, they don't give you full ammo. It's a bit random. But yeah, there's some in there. In fact, I'm not even sure it's random. It might be fixed. But you want to come straight down the stairs in the stairwell. Quickly break the weld on this door. Remember, when we approach a pulse rifle, it's going to trigger an autosave. Open the door, guys. Come inside and go left. Now, before you approach it, just try to check for any ammo quickly while you have time. There's some pulse rifle ammo there. You got some on that table. Got some revolver ammo, and there's also 2 pulse rifle ammo near the pulse rifle itself. Now, as soon as you grab it, spin around, guys, and run back the opposite way. You'll get a trophy, personal friend of yours. Come back through here to the stairwell, and you want to shoot the circuit breaker on the right wall. See that circuit breaker? Shoot it. Then we're going to go into this room quickly. Now, once in here, I'm just going to lob a grenade near the entrance so it kills any enemies following me. Now, enemies can spawn in this room, by the way. There's a vent on the roof, and also grab an intel disc. But do it when you've got time. I mean, that's probably a bit risky grabbing it then. But yeah, grab the intel disc on that shelf when you get a moment. And then, of course, grab a clip and the, I think it was shotgun ammo as well on this shelf. And now you've got to get rid of all the xenomorphs. Like I say, they can spawn from the vent in the roof. Now, if you're lucky, there's only going to be like 2 or 3. But it could be about 6. Could be about 6. But once it's safe to do so, open that case. Grab the grenade from the sides. If you make any mistakes, you can just reload your save. Remember, when we grab the pulse rifle, there's a save just as we approached it. But if you do that, so make sure you grab the intel disc again. Otherwise, they will not track properly. Yeah, so it doesn't look like no more spawning. I was surprised, actually. That's why I'm kind of waiting. You normally get more. No, I think I'm good to go. Yeah, so once you're safe, you want to put your data disk on this. Your data pad, and get the emails. There you go, 2 emails. That's it. Once got them, so now you want to quickly run back upstairs. Be ready. Remember, to stun with your pulse rifle, you need to hit them in the jawline or the neck to stun them. Yeah, jawline or the neck for the pulse rifle. So into the mess hall on the upper floor. Go straight across to the opposite side. And then we're going to shoot another circuit breaker. And we're going to have to quickly rewire a junction box to open the panic room. And xenomorphs can spawn again. So shoot that circuit breaker, that's it. Open this door. Yeah, so I'm going to put a grenade down near the junction box. So if any aliens do spawn, hopefully that's going to kind of kill the first one, which is about to get me. And then I can quickly spin around and get the rest. So yeah, drop that grenade there. Right, I'm going to quickly rewire this puzzle. You might want this one you might want to pause until I've got the completed puzzle on screen, and then quickly do it yourself, because of course you do not have much time before the aliens spawn again. Right, that's it, it's open. Now, if they do not set that grenade, take it back. Come inside, close the door. Wow, we're safe finally. Yeah, that one is... yeah, it's quite a tricky encounter. Just because the aliens are kind of spawning for so long, and you have so many which can spawn. And you have a long way to go as well to get back to the next panic room. So I'm going to take these 2 emails from there. I'm going to save the game. Of course, we just looted the lockers as well. Save the game, guys, and that'll be it for part 3. 4 more to go, and then we should have platinum. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on part 4 tomorrow. Welcome back, everybody, to part 4 of my Alien Rogue Incursion Evolved Edition Insane 100% walkthrough. From this panic room, what you want to do first, probably, if you haven't just done so, is eliminate the next wave of xenomorphs. I can see him there, hiding right above the entrance, waiting to pounce on me from behind. I hadn't just killed any, so I know a few were about to spawn. So, I mean, luckily for me, they're right outside the door, so I didn't have to do any waiting. So take them all out. If your music goes back to normal, you should know that you've got most of the xenomorphs, but just be careful, because sometimes there'll be one which hasn't spawned, which was supposed to, and will spawn afterwards and come up behind you. The game likes to do that quite a lot. We're going to unlock this elevator opposite. As you can see, this is why it wasn't working, why we couldn't get down to level 2, because the door was welded. I don't know why you'd weld an elevator door, but okay. But break that weld and press a button to call it. Now, while you're waiting, you might want to just go back and save your game, just in case any more xenomorphs appear while you're waiting. And once it's open, guys, head inside and make your way up to level 3. There's quite a tricky encounter coming up in this one. If you thought the nest was hard, I think this one might be worse, actually. This one, you've got 12 xenomorphs all coming at once. Then you have to run up to the top. You have to run all the way back down again. Then you have like another 4 xenomorphs. Yeah, it's quite a tricky encounter. And you, of course, got to make all your ammo last as well. So once on level 3, go right, shoot that circuit breaker to unlock that doorway. Then you want to quickly come over here to the panic room and now save your game. Of course, because we opened the panic room earlier on when there's no xenomorphs around, we can now come straight in, not having to worry about we're wiring the junction box, guys, when xenomorphs are chasing us. And once I saved it, I'm just going to reload my save. And if you haven't already, you might want to grab them emails as well from that computer. I think I did that earlier though. So what we're going to do now is go forwards into that room we unlocked with a circuit breaker, into the command center. Now when you come in here, you have to get 3 drives and place them onto this terminal I'm going to show you in a minute. But you're going to probably not do this when aliens is chasing you. If aliens are chasing you, you want to hide somewhere and just take out the current wave before you go and collect the next ones. But that's where the first drive is, or one of them. So you've got 1 drive there where I just collected it from. Come over here and you have to slot it in. Yes, 3 drives you need to collect. I'm going to go and get a second drive now, which is just over here. That's it. The first 2 are kind of on the same floor as the actual terminal, but the third one is all the way at the top. But now you can actually drop through the railings. You couldn't drop through the railings on the non-VR on the VR version. Maybe they've updated it on there as well. But yes, now you can actually fall through the railings. So you can actually get down to the bottom a bit quicker. And you've got a few more options to evade the xenomorphs if you do get cornered. Yeah, see these gaps in the railing, so we're not there before on the VR version. And third and final drive is up here by this terminal. If you drop straight down from me, you're going to damage yourself. So if you jump across and then drop straight down, you shouldn't take any health damage. And I've been quite lucky because xenomorphs haven't spawned while I've been doing this. They normally, for me, they do normally spawn as soon as I come into command center, just because that's the time it's taken since I've killed the previous wave and up to when I normally get here. But as you can just tell by my music, as I approached the terminal, I heard the music come on, so I know another wave's going to spawn. Now this is where I like to hide in this area. I like to come behind these crates, because they can't come from behind you, and you've kind of just got this 90-degree perspective which they're going to approach from, and you can just keep scanning between there. On the right, they can climb from the roof above, on the right there, but anywhere else they're going to come at ground level, which keeps it nice. So 2 or 3, I just took out 2 then. I'm going to pick up this drive again, place it in here, and then scan them all. Now when you've scanned all 3 of these, xenomorphs will not spawn, and to complete the next action, the next action needs progress story, which is by interacting with the next terminal just behind this one. So what we're going to do, quickly scan these. So like I say, do this quickly, because once you've done it, xenomorphs will no longer spawn for the time being. If any xenomorphs are already spawned, yes, you still got to deal with them. But once you scan them, grab the 3 emails as well. Do not forget the 3 emails, of course. Yes, and now xenomorphs are not going to spawn. So I'm going to show you where all the loot is. Yes, it's safe for the time being. Now in this crate is all pulse rifle ammo. Only take this if you need it. We're going to open it all just because we can grab some later. Like I say, we've got to kill about 15 xenomorphs coming up. In that case, it's first aid kits. Just opened it ready. You can actually grab them right at the end when you try to leave this area. Over here is shotgun bullets. Yeah, don't be worried. Remember, xenomorphs will not spawn once you trigger this dialogue. And Zulu's doing a recorded message. Zula. In that crate, it's normally random stuff in that one. And up here is a intel disc. So make sure you grab this intel disc. That should be intel disc number 13 of 21. Sabotage second thoughts. Continue up to the next floor. We're going to rewire this box next. This will be junction box number 12 of 29.
They did to me. Not once did I bow my head. And by the time you hear this,
If you didn't know about this, could you imagine trying to get all this loot and do all these collectibles and stuff when you've got xenomorphs chasing you or potentially spawning?
from the face of the galaxy. Thank you, Amanda.
I mean, it'd make it really tense. Maybe that's what
Leading the good fight.
you'd want. But for me, I just like to do all this when I don't have to worry about xenomorphs. Yeah, this is one of the things you're not going to know about unless, of course, you do a lot of trial and error. There might be some new spots in the game where xenomorphs don't spawn, but I've just kind of been going by what I learnt with the VR version. But once you've unlocked that terminal, guys, for the junction box, close the shutter and also grab the emails. And in that case, it's 3 grenades. We'll probably grab them later. And you've got another terminal over here. This terminal, of course, check the emails again.
Guess all the busted infrastructure we've been running into wasn't a coincidence.
That's the 2 emails there. And we've got much more looting to do.
Windows?
Yeah, while we do not have to worry about xenomorphs, I want to make good use of this time. I'm going to probably spend a good 10 minutes now grabbing collectibles. In this case, it's revolver bullets. And that's basically all the ammo around here, guys. I mean, you might find a few little bits on counters, but that's all the fixed ammo in the cases. So once you've done that, come out here, go left. Remember, xenomorphs will not spawn, even when you come outside here. Go into security and unlock the storage door with your key card. Inside here, we're going to find another intel disc. This will be intel disc number 14 of 21. There will be sabotage unknown caller. But we're also going to pull off this junction box. You can't fully complete this yet, but we want to get it started because it's going to save time later. All these things I'm trying to do, guys, is try and save time so we're going to have less chance of xenomorphs spawning. That's what all this is about. So the ones that you can do, just move them to where I've moved my ones. That's all you can do, really. I know it's not much, but it's going to spare 10 seconds or so. And yes, this is back in this this storage room. So there's that intel disc I mentioned. Not 13, sorry. 14 of 21. Sabotage unknown caller. There's a crate here if you want to check it for some loot. Probably random inside there, I think. Right, once done in this room, we've now got another room with more real wiring to do. Like I say, we're going to have like a good 5-10 minutes grabbing collectibles while the xenomorphs are not spawning. There's a few more parts like this in the game where xenomorphs will not spawn. I'll let you know when we do come across them. So you want to come all the way up to the top and the door right at the end on the left comms. Head inside it. Now if you can't access this, then you've missed a intel disc somewhere. To unlock this door, you have to use the sabotage. You have to basically complete the sabotage group of intel discs. Right, we're going to come onto this terminal. This is the only one currently working. So grab the email from it. And we'll go to the junction box at the far end. Now each time you rewire a part of this, you're going to activate a different terminal. So you've got to do one rewiring, go to one terminal, go to another, get another terminal, come back, go to a third terminal, and then do it again. So we're just going to go over the top one first, the brown one on the top right. So just trying to get that one working. And then once you've done the top one, come over to this terminal. Yeah, the brown cable, of course you can see on the right there, the brown cable coming to this terminal. Control panel, unlock the locker, and then take the message. These lockers in this room are all fixed. They all have the same loot, which we're going to loot later after that big encounter. Right, now we're going to just lower that one to the green wire. Come over here to the green terminal. Again, you can see the green cable on the right. Unlock the locker and also grab the message. Back to the panel. Now we need to go to the bottom wires, so we're just going to have to rewire the first few columns for a moment. That's it. So I'm going to do a blue one first. And here's a blue cable terminal. Sorry, not that one. This is a blue cable terminal. There is one terminal in here, by the way, which does not turn on. Don't worry about it. It never turned on the VR version either. So again, unlock the locker and grab the email. And then for the final one, yep, so all the way down to the bottom, the red cable. That's it, the final one. So at the end here on the, is it this one? Yeah, that's the one which doesn't turn on, I think. Yes, here it is, the red cable. So final time, locker, unlock, and take the email. In these lockers, you'll get grenades in the one on the left. One of these has got an intel disc in, by the way. So 4 lockers, you've got grenade ammo. There you go, grenades. Second one, you've got pulse rifle and an intel disc. Yes, take that intel disc from the second one. You've got revolver ammo in the third, and shotgun in the, shotgun in the third and revolver in the fourth. So grab that intel disc. Yes, that's intel disc number 15, I think. That should be the Carver intel disc, invitation. And that's basically all we can do for now, guys, with the xenomorphs not spawning. So with all that done, it's going to go back to Panic Room and save our game. So if we die, we do not have to do all that again. So you know all them lockers we unlocked. When we finish this encounter, we're going to be coming out of the door near there, and we're just going to quickly go in there and grab all that ammo. And if you haven't already done this, grab the emails. I almost forgot, but yeah, make sure you grab the emails from my computer. We couldn't access it when we first unlocked this Panic Room because we didn't have the clearance, but of course we do now with Davis downloaded into our datapad. Back into Command Center, so let's do it. So you're now going to have 12 enemies spawn. Yeah, 12 enemies. You'll get 6, then it'll seem like they've kind of stopped, and then about a minute later 6 more come down. So I just like to wait and kill all 12, and then it kind of goes back to the random spawning. So first take the messages, 4 messages on that terminal, and then once ready, dish alignment, guys, and start it. Right, 12 xenomorphs going to spawn. Well, 6, and then there'll be a bit of a break, and then 6 again. You can't leave this room now either. On the VR version, you had to leave your datapad there, and then once finished, you had to go back and get it. But this one is a bit easier in this encounter because you do not have to go back up and get your datapad, which makes it a lot easier. Because normally, like I say, you drop your datapad off there, you kill 6, you go back and get it. Then you kill a few more, you have to go to the top, place your datapad, come back down, or kill 6 xenos wherever they're going to spawn from, and then go back and get it again. And it makes it easier because now when you're doing the top bit, you can come down here. Once it's finished, you can go straight into the vent on the back left. The way I'm doing this is I put grenades on the right because xenomorphs can crawl down there, but they come from here. I'm always going to see them coming. But yeah, on the right, as you can see, it's kind of just outside my camera screen. But because I've got a grenade there, I do not have to worry about looking and, you know, keep switching left and right. And the reason I'm using my grenades is because, do you remember that case on the next floor had 3 grenades inside it? So we're going to kind of use 3 now. Then when we go up to place the datapad on the upper terminal, we'll grab the 3 grenades on the way up there. So it's going to be about 6 xenomorphs. There's a red barrel over there. You can try and use it. Try to switch between all your weapons if you can, because you'll find if you keep using the same weapon, you're just going to run out of ammo for it. Your shotgun is the best one probably for stunning xenos. So just try not to waste all your shotgun ammo. Pulse rifle is good as well, but pulse rifle you have to be more accurate. So you have to kind of shoot them in their jawline to stun them, or somewhere near there. But shotgun, you can kind of hit them in the body as well, and it'll still knock them back. Revolver is just really bad. Yeah, revolver is bad. I think you can stun them with the revolver, but of course it's a bit harder because you have to hit them in their jaw and be accurate. Yeah, when you've taken out first 6, it will update, and that wants you to go up to the top. But do not come out of cover yet, because in a second, 6 more will spawn. So I'm just going to stay here and kill the next 6. I'm surprised one hasn't come down there yet and triggered my grenade. So I'm going to lob them here because I want to have empty grenade inventory when I go up, because I want space to grab them extra 3. Not even got a chance to use that red barrel yet. And you'll know once you kill this second wave of about 6, because after this one the music should die down a bit. It's quite hard to tell just due to the music in this area, but if you listen closely you can kind of tell that the music is not as tense anymore, and the xenomorphs have stopped spawning for a moment. Finally, one came down there. But I don't have any grenades left, so now I'm just going to have to watch both approaches, that right corner and the open floor ahead. Yeah, so on the way up, we're going to try to grab some shotgun ammo as well, if we can do. You've got revolver ammo as well, which you can grab, and of course grenades. The pulse rifle ammo is on that case next to me, but I can't take it because I've used it all. It's a shame what I've done with pulse rifle ammo, because on the VR version, if you got a pulse rifle clip, it was always 99. It's always like a max clip, but here it's always like 25 or 40 bullets. Yeah, so you have to look around for pulse rifle ammo a lot more. So that's all the xenomorphs for the time being, but it will start spawning again quite soon. So quickly come up here. There's revolver ammo in that case. Going to grab the 3 grenades, and then once I do this next data pad, I can just drop down to the bottom. Shotgun bullets on there. Yeah, and there's the 3 grenades. Quickly take them. Right, so you put a data pad in here. Yes, on the VR version, you'd have to leave your data pad and come back and get it later, but you don't have to now. So just lob it in there, and yeah, wait for it to update, and for David to start talking, and that should be okay. That's it. So it's started the next override. So I'm just going to drop down to the bottom, go back to my hiding spot, and I'm going to wait for David to complete. Yeah, that's quite lucky. Remember to keep your health full as well. If it gets into red, xenomorphs will try to instant kill you. It's quite hard to avoid that, unless you're behind cover. So now we're going to keep killing xenomorphs until Davis has completed it. I actually have a xenomorph glitch up here, and I'm pretty sure with this point, this particular part of the encounter is dependent on how many xenomorphs you kill. Like, it will not end until you've killed so many. But it does seem to end for me without killing any others, because the one was glitched up. But I think perhaps that xenomorph just eventually despawned, and that's what triggered it to complete for me. So I'm using my grenades because we're going to be getting 3 more again a little bit later. So use them, it will save you ammo. Yeah, so one finally came down there. On the VR version, you could have 4 grenades, because you could get 3 in your inventory, but you could also carry 1, which you've already put down. So you can kind of have 1 primed in your hand and then 3 in your pocket, but you can't do that here. So no grenades, so I'm just going to keep looking out for the enemies. This is where one glitched up for me. You can't do much about it if it happens. I mean, I was really praying that it wasn't going to make me reload my save. But yeah, luckily, eventually the door did open for me, the vent. Because this is basically the last part of this encounter. So you can see it there, it's just kind of stuck in place. Sometimes that can actually be an android. Because in this area there's actually a room with about 1 or 2 androids in. And sometimes they can pick up the android. So I wasn't sure if that's the android. So I'm trying to find out where it is, because sometimes you'll find as well is when you approach or move around, it might make the xenomorph move a bit more and get unstuck. Not always, but it does work a lot of time. And I don't want to get caught off guard from behind. That's why I'm being a bit slow. Trying to make some noise. Shooting my pulse rifle. Surely that's going to get his attention. No, I don't know what he's doing. Maybe there's 2 of them there, up to no good. Occupying the same space. So I'm going to grab the shotgun ammo now, because I've got plenty of time to do so, I think. Yeah, I was passing it by, so why not? So yeah, where's the xenomorph gone? So, yeah, and it just completed for me. Yes, I'm pretty sure normally you have to kill a certain amount of xenomorphs before this will update, but I just ran around looking for that one which I bugged out, and it completed luckily. And this is the vent you have to go in. So grab the first aid kits on the way to the vent, and then go inside it, guys, and the vent will close behind you. And now xenomorphs will no longer chase you for the time being. So you're now safe from xenomorphs again, guys, just for a very short time though. I'm going to come to this junction box and complete it, of course. It will unlock the vent cover to your right. In this next stream you have to be very careful because there's a very specific action which will trigger the xenomorphs to start spawning again. So we want to try and delay it as long as we can. Because of course I know what that action is, I'm going to let you know, and it's going to make it a bit easier. And this is one of the things you're really not going to know this unless you have done a lot of experimenting. You'll see why in a minute. Yeah, you can keep delaying it and delaying it and delaying it if you know what you're doing. There's a bit of a trick and exploit, I guess you could say.
No, that guy is very dead.
Right, so yeah, once in here. So there is a junction box. For the junction box, do not do anything with it for the time being. Yeah, do not do anything with the junction box for the time being. Now, while in here, I'm just going to unweld these doors. So there's 2 doors in here. Break the weld off them, and that case is just unlocked. It's got an upgrade for your hand torch inside it. Sorry, not your hand torch, your little clamp. And then you'll be able to move the red cables on the junction panels. So we'll grab that in a second. Yeah, so unlock both of them doors ready. You can't open them yet, but you can break the weld. So yeah, that junction box, do not touch it yet. Now I'm going to come to this terminal. You can grab the pulse rifle ammo on the side. And then I'm going to use the terminal, take the message, and also open the locker. Yeah, grab that message and open the locker. This locker has a grenade in it, by the way. You probably don't need it, but yeah, this locker you just unlocked. It's always got a grenade in there. And there's another locker here, if you want to check. That locker pretty much always has no loot in, I find. And here's the clamp upgrade. Now you can move them red cables. Yeah, watch out for the booby trap. With this junction box, as soon as you disconnect the satellite dish, that will trigger some dialogue and the xenomorphs will be about to spawn. And in order to delay their spawn rate when they start spawning again, we have to keep triggering the dialogue, because the dialogue which triggers after disconnect to the satellite dish, once that dialogue is complete, that's when they start spawning. But if you save your game during the dialogue and reload, the dialogue starts all over again, and you can exploit that to delay when they start spawning. So do not break that bottom circuit until you're ready, guys. So I've got the top one almost ready, like so. Yeah, as soon as you disconnect that satellite cable, guys, on the bottom, that's it, you'll trigger that dialogue. Now you're going to quickly connect the top 2. That's it. Once they're connected, it'll unlock these 2 doors. We're going to quickly come out this door first, go right. We're going to go straight back into that comms room from earlier. Quickly loot all the lockers which you left open. We want to be really quick doing this. I'll explain on the way down to the panic room. Yeah, so quickly grab all this loot. So you're basically restocking up on all that ammo we wasted during that fight. Right, let's go. So going back down to panic room. So if you can save your game before this dialogue finishes, you can stop the xenomorphs from spawning even longer. Because when you save your game and reload during this dialogue, it starts it all over again. And so you can do even more before the xenomorphs are set to start spawning. And it's going to allow us to do a rewire, go through an event, and do a few other things without the worry of xenomorphs. It's going to give us a bit more of a grace period. So quickly save your game. That's it, you have to be really quick. That's it. Right, so I'm going to reload it, and you're going to see all the dialogue start all over again. Yep, so there you go, signal interference, it started all over again. Right, so now, we're going to come outside, we're going to go right into the security room. We'll go over to that panel now from earlier. And we're going to do the same with this. So we're going to complete this panel, then we're going to go back, save our game, reload it, and that's going to trigger the dialogue to start all over again. Give us more of a window when the xenomorphs are not going to spawn. Because next, after this, we have to go through a vent and hack a junction box inside the vent, which takes a while. And this will make it so xenomorphs will not spawn when we're inside the vent, which will be nice. There we go, did it. So once completed, yeah, back to the save point, save your game, and reload it. I mean, if xenomorphs are chasing you because you couldn't get here the first time quick enough, it's not a big deal, guys. Just going to have to take out a wave and then, of course, hack the panel after that. So save game, and then we're going to reload it. We don't have much more to do, by the way, and then that'll be it for this part. Right, so dialogue started again. Now we're going to come right in security again, now go through the vent, which we unlocked. In the vent, you want to drop down the ladder.
If he did survive, doesn't matter anymore. Business and xenomorphs don't
Yes, then almost spin around and there'll be a path going beneath the ladder. Yeah, directly beneath the ladder is the path we need to take. Go forward, turn left at the fork, carry on to the end. Once you get more space above your head, you can get up actually and start running. If you have stamina, I just stupidly wasted all mine. So yeah, quickly do this junction box, guys, before these Xenos start to spawn. Yeah, you need to use that top left one, because that cable's actually live. Right, so just pause on the final completed circuits if you want to do it quicker. That's it. Right, that will unlock this doorway. Come through. And we're going to go up another ladder, guys, and get into another side room. That's actually junction box number 17 of 29, by the way. Yeah, right, so come in here. So in here, you want to quickly... We're going to get a grenade in a second, so I'll just put that grenade down there. Because xenomorphs do like to spawn. If you've done all this correctly, as I've been doing, xenomorphs do normally spawn about when you get into this room. So unlock that locker and also take the 3 messages. That's it. Unlock locker and take the 3 messages. Right, come over here. I'm going to take the grenade from this locker. That's it. Grenade's at the bottom. And now I'm going to unweld this door. And now I've got that grenade behind me just in case some xenomorphs do spawn. So just be ready, guys, in case any do appear. I'm quite surprised, but here in a minute one was right behind me, but for some reason the music didn't trigger. So, and I can't take grenade now because I've got full stock. I'll just leave it there. So unlock this door. And listen. Did you just explode that grenade? I think I just took out xenomorph. But yeah, I'm just going to come straight into a panic room nearby and now save my game. So yeah, there's a xenomorph right behind me and it actually didn't trigger the music. And there's one trying to get in the door. So I'm just going to take him out. Yeah, about 2 or 3 xenomorphs will spawn now during these next waves. Yeah, he can sit down there and just bleed acid into the ship's deck. So go back to the elevator, guys, and now we're going to ride it back to level 2. Yeah, we've got a pulse rifle, we've aligned the satellite dishes, we've got most of the collectibles in there which we can get for the time being. So level 2, we're going to head forward, we're going to save the game, and then that'll be it for part 4. 3 more parts to go. Part 5, part 6 and part 7. Part 7 we are going to do quite a bit reloading to get some missed combat trophies out of the way. So it's not like we're going to complete the game right at the end of part 7. We'll complete the game probably halfway through part 7, then we'll reload for some missed combat trophies, and then finally part platinum. So that's it, guys, part 4. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you on part 5 tomorrow. Hey, welcome back to Alien Rogue Incursion, the Evolved Edition. Part 5, and now we're going to currently make our way back to the ship. So there's probably some xenomorphs outside where we've just made the save, so just open the panic room, guys, and wait for the next wave to come on. Even if they're not present yet, you might try to get their attention, because we're going to be killing them in a second anyway before we go through this door. I'm just going to come here and just kill them here already. So you have 2 or 3 now in the current wave. Got 1. Of course, I took a bit of damage there. Not ideal, but never mind, I'll just heal up. And xenomorph number 2. So once taken them out and the music has died down, unlock synth deployment. Come inside and you want to open the junction box. Inside this next room there'll be 1 alien waiting on the that's like a little ledge below the roof up ahead, and he's kind of waiting there, and when you approach the room about probably like 5 steps into the room, he'll kind of come alive. There she is. So take out the xenomorph next. It will always be there waiting for you when you come in here. Take it out, because we just got rid of that current wave, it should just be him by himself for now. Grab an intel disc on the left. Yeah, there was an intel disc just to the left of where it initially spawned. Quickly grab the intel disc, place it in your datapad, and come over here and break the weld on this door. Do not open it yet though, we want to wait until a bit later. And then once you've broken the weld, grab this assault rifle ammo. There's another one there, and there's also a first aid kit. And then we're going to access this terminal. Just be careful if a xenomorph does spawn, like one just asked for me. Yeah, but if one does, it'll just probably be one, hopefully. Yeah, I think that's just in by himself. Like I say, take this message first, do not forget. So if you get interrupted halfway through, just make sure you remember to go back to terminal and just double check that you took it. Yeah, there should be one email on this. There you go. Damaged container. Once you got the email, grab the valve handle on the left. Come over here and place it in the left slot. There's some pulse rifle ammo on that middle table if you need it. Place it on there and then rotate it 2 times. And then do the same with the valve and handle on the right. Be quick before any more xenomorphs spawn, because that timer is currently active, you know, where after like 60 seconds or so it's going to spawn more. So be quick while doing this. Again, 2 times. Now you want to head over to this middle terminal opposite that door we just unblocked, and we're going to trigger the fire suppression system. There you go, activate that. Once you've done so, we're going to open this door, go back to panic room and quickly save our game. When you go into the mess hall, it's going to trigger 3 xenomorphs. They're kind of waiting, and once you go into mess hall, it kind of triggers them all, alerts them to your location. So just want to save it first, just in case you do make any mistakes. You do not want to be doing all that again. It's always a good idea to save whenever you can. So saved it, and I'm just going to reload here, I think. Yeah, sometimes when you reload, it will reset the enemies a little bit. It doesn't always work, but sometimes it can be helpful if you just reset each time you go to panic room. Right, so keep an eye out for any xenomorphs. Here they are. So before you leave the panic room on this time, again, wait for the current wave to spawn. You take them out, and then continue forward. You might have 1 xenomorph, you might have 2. Luckily it's just 1 for me. Maybe it's because I had that other one spawn when I was already inside that control room where I turned the valve. Maybe that's why only 1 spawned then. But when you come to the mess hall on the upper part, quickly go left and left around this table, and they should all funnel along this like narrow path between the bench and the table. There'll be 3 xenomorphs, so take them all out quickly. This is a little bit of a different spot to where I hid on the VR version. I'll explain to you that spot when we go past it. You can still duck beneath the same table where I hid on the VR version, but I'm not quite sure if it still works the same, because xenomorphs might be able to go down there as well now. So 3 xenomorphs. You can dodge past their acid so you don't take damage, so that's quite a good thing to bear in mind. If it's acid blocking your path, instead of waiting and losing valuable seconds, just dodge past it and you won't take any damage. So you come down here now. You see this kind of toppled over table on the right there? We hid behind that on the VR version, by the way. That's why I hid and killed them 3 xenomorphs. Now here, quickly open this case. Hopefully get some good loot in there, which you need. And then we want to quickly come up here. We need to be quick before the next xenomorph wave spawns. Now, as you come through here and approach this ladder, if you hear any xenomorphs, turn around, because one is probably about to spawn from behind. But as long as you're quick, it shouldn't happen. But when you climb this ladder, you will hear a screech that is scripted to happen. It's there to just increase attention. Doesn't mean any are going to spawn. That always happens when you climb the ladder. Start climbing it. But drop in, go right, and quickly rewire this junction box. It opens the vent on the right. You don't need to go in there. It's a dead end. Loads of crates to move out of the way in order to get just some items. We're not going to waste time doing so. But we do need to rewire this box, of course, for the trophy. So that's it. Quickly pause it on the completed sequence if you need to. Not quite there yet. There we go. Right, so once completed that junction box, go left. Now get a grenade ready, and when you hear an alien, lob it at that wall. That's it, now just wait. This is scripted to happen. Every time when you come to this corner in this shaft, a xenomorph will always spawn from this far fork over here. It will always spawn. And because it's quite tricky killing xenomorphs in vents, I just lob a grenade, as once you hear it, it's scripted to appear. So that it runs into a grenade, it dies, and they can continue forward. Now when you drop down here, there'll be an autosave. If you need to reload it, get your health back. Come over here to the larder door, unblock it, and make sure you're ready, because there's going to be a little surprise waiting for you. Get your shotgun out, and quickly take out the xenomorph. I have to let you know what's going to happen, because otherwise it's going to catch you off guard, and probably damage you. So you quickly take him out. Straight away, close that door, and that's just a trophy, by the way, for getting 30 kills with a shotgun. You'll get that at some point. The reason I close that door is because when you make noise from shooting that xenomorph, it spawns more, and xenomorphs cannot spawn in this room, so you close the door, and then they can't follow you. And on this middle shelves, you find 2 first aid kits and a grenade if you need them. Then open these lockers, and in the left locker will be a intel disc. Grab the intel disc, and do not leave this room until it's safe to do so. So check your motion tracker. Now it looks like they've gone. Right, once it's safe to do so, quickly leave, go left, and once you complete these next few steps, aliens will stop following you. So all we want to do is just get past here, and we're kind of safe for the time being. So up here, then grab onto this bottom step, then you'll be able to grab the ones above by pressing L2 and R2. We've got a little jump coming up. This jump is very, very hard on the VR version. It's a lot easier here. Yeah, that's why they put an autosave back when you dropped from the vent system, because it's very easy to die. So here, when you jump, you need to press L2 and R2 when you see the prompt, or for whatever system you're playing on. Press the button prompts. That's it. You'll grab hold of it. You don't need to hold him in. Just press him or hold him when you get the prompt, and then once the prompt's gone, you should be okay. And of course, keep pressing the next prompt to move along. Yeah, that's very hard to grab at on the VR version. If your arms were in the right place or weren't picking up your arms properly, you'd miss it and just die. Drop down, going to get a story trophy. Bodies across the void. Find a way across the sky bridge. In here, place the blue keycard to unlock the airlock. We've got a nasty little fight coming up, but I do keep it nice and easy for you. It's slightly different to how we did it on the VR version. And once you trigger the airlock, while you're waiting, take off the junction box cover and rewire this panel. No xenomorphs are going to spawn for the time being, so do not worry about any xenomorphs biting you from behind. Yes, you're safe, guys. No need to panic. We're going in the panic room, but yeah, you should be able to stay calm at this point.
Guess we're stuck with each other, huh?
So once rewired, I'm just waiting for the airlock to finish its sequence. I'm going to come into panic room, check the lockers out, and then save my game. We'll be back in this area much later in the game. This is just like a very quick visit. You can't access most of it. Just like a quick pass through, basically, of bypassing through the medical area. I'm going to take these emails from the Skybridge terminal, the incident report. I'm just going to save my game. We're going to have almost all the collectibles done by the end of this video, by the way, which will be nice. Just going to save my game and load it back up. Yeah, by the end of this one, we're going to be on about 22 junction boxes, about 90 emails, and 20 intel discs. So we're almost there. Right, so once you save your game, come out here and left into the medical wing. Switch on your flashlight so you can see where you're going. The aliens are going to spawn in this area when you pick up the big cartridge device. So what you want to do first is come right. Like I say, xenomorphs will not spawn yet and should pick up a specific item. So come right, open the medical airlock, and now we're just going to rewire the junction box, just while it's safe to do so. So take off the panel cover and then connect the cables correctly. Sometimes it's best to work from the right. It can be easy sometimes to actually see the correct path, than working from the left. I'm going to grab the loot from the lockers. If you don't need it, then just leave it for later, obviously. Interrupt this terminal, grab the message. I do like the strategy coming up actually for the little elevator section where it falls down and you get put in a very small nest. Yeah, it's slightly different to the VR version, but this way it's a bit cleaner, a bit safer. It takes a little bit longer, but it's a very nice strategy to do this. And this box is pretty much always empty. I always check it, I don't know why, maybe it's habit, but it's basically always empty. And you want to lob a grenade near that entrance to that airlock. You'll find out why soon. So lob a grenade near the entrance to that airlock. Now we're going to come all the way along here. Now in this middle office, on the right will be an intel disk. Grab that intel disk from there, place it into your datapad, and that should be intel disk number 18. Now when we take this capsule, it's going to trigger the xenomorph spawn, so wait until your stamina has recovered, quickly pick it up and run back to that airlock we was just in. The reason we put a grenade down is so when we're putting this inside the slot and following the button prompts, if any xenomorphs do catch up to you, the grenade is going to kill them. They do normally catch up before I finish the sequence, but they actually didn't here. But the grenade killed 2 of them. I was quite surprised by that. I got quite lucky. Took 2 out with 1. So quickly place it in, hold L2, hold it again to rotate it, and then press it once more time to press the button, guys, and suck it in. Now turn around before you do anything else and get rid of these 2 xenomorphs. Yeah, I was quite lucky, my grenade killed them both. The grenade was there in case one of them tried to attack you, like I say, when you were putting in that cartridge. So once both dead, and there's no more spawning because the music has gone, put the blue key card to close the airlock. Now when you do this, sometimes the aliens might spawn in the next room as well. I don't think they're supposed to, I think it's a bit of a bug. But if you save your game and reload it, it will stop them from spawning. And then once the airlock's done, you're going to come in the panic room and close the door, because you'll hear some aliens have spawned for me. Well, spawn when I go into the next area, you'll hear them screech, so I'm just going to reload the save in a second. So save your game again. We've got quite a difficult part coming up. It's not difficult, I'm going to walk you through it, but yeah, if things go wrong, you're probably going to die. Just like one mistake and that's it, game over. Game over, man. But yeah, some xenomorphs had spawned which don't normally, so I'm just going to reload the save and that should fix it. They do show up on the motion tracker, but they don't come in. And it's just a waste of ammo anyway if you kill them. Because this next area seems to kind of reset the waves and make them ready to spawn again. So now we're going to come in here. I'm going to go in the fire elevator. Now it doesn't matter what button you press, they're always going to take you to the same spot. Just press any button and now it's going to crash down. Do not touch junction panel yet at the box, and definitely do not touch the ladder. Right. So you're going to crash. To begin with, there's going to be 3 facehuggers. Use your revolver because it's a one-hit kill. If you use your pulse rifle, it takes about 5 to 10 shots. So it's just best to use this. As long as you're on target, you'll kill them all in one hit. So there's facehugger number 1. I don't know why they want to impregnate you again. Maybe they want to put twins inside you or something. But yeah, they're coming for you again. So that's facehugger number 2. And the third one. So when you've got all 3 facehuggers, now rewire this junction box. Just listen out for any xenomorphs that might spawn. So rewire this exactly the same way, but do not touch the ladder. Do not even interrupt it, guys. If you interrupt that ladder, when the hatch is open, it's going to spawn 2 enemies in the shaft above. So just connect it ready. That's it. Do not touch that ladder yet. Right, now turn around, approach these 2 eggs at the far end, which are closed. That's going to trigger them to hatch. Go back into the elevator, turn around, and then shoot these 2 facehuggers when they hatch. That's facehugger number 4 and facehugger number 5, and that's it for the facehuggers in this area. Now we're going to wait for the next wave of xenomorphs. They'll spawn in this room. If you've got time, you can quickly grab the loot, but just be careful. As you can see, it's a bit risky because as I was grabbing the loot, they spawned, and I started panicking. Then there's no panic room for me to retreat to. So you want to wait in here. See, next to 2 xenomorphs will spawn in the nest area. So let's wait for them to spawn. I've killed 1. Do not be deceived. There's probably another one around somewhere. Yeah, it's normally 2 that spawn here. Right, so where's number 2? Here she is. Right, and there it is. So one's got a second xenomorphs. The second xenomorph, sorry. Yeah, not without the S. Right, that's it. Music should go quiet for the time being. Do not touch the ladder, remember. But make sure you've got the loot. And once you've got the loot and them xenomorphs and facehuggers are dead, now quickly climb on the ladder. Get off straight away by pressing circle or climbing down it. Because when you touch it, that's going to spawn 2 xenomorphs to spawn in the shaft above. We're going to come back into the nest area, hide between the eggs, and now just kill these 2 xenomorphs. There should be 2, I mean there might be 3 for you. Just kill him until the music stops and then you know you got them all. But yeah, there's always 2 for me. If I kill 2 in this room first before I touch the ladder, then normally 2 spawn in the shaft. On the VR version, what we used to do, as soon as the elevator crashed, we would quickly rewire it, climb the ladder, and quickly escape through the ladder at the top. But you can't do it on this version, because as soon as you climb that ladder, it spawns like literally about 4 xenomorphs, almost straight away. You just get swarmed, and there's no way to evade them. So it's best to do it this way, on the Nun VR version. So once taken out xenomorphs, which came down the shaft, and the music has gone quiet, you're safe to go. So be quick in all these next few steps before more xenomorphs spawn. We've got a lot of collecting to do now. So comms ladder will be back up in the garage, which you'll probably remember from earlier. Yeah, back near the start of the game. Right, it's going to go right first into the motor pool. This terminal, now we've got the access we need. We can access the terminal. You want to unlock the locker beside you as well. Take all these messages, there's 5 emails there. Take every single one. Control panel, unlock the locker, and you can check inside to see if you get some loot. Something in there for me. And then once you're done, I'm going to come back in here. Yeah, one of the Intel discs on release, it spawned on that counter just there where I was just looking. But they moved it back into the corner of a garage. We've already got that disc, so don't worry. But yeah, they did move it, I don't know why. But here, you want to pull off the junction box. This one is quite easy to miss, because it doesn't really help in any way really, this junction box. But yes, come over to this one next and rewire it. The reason you have to leave it until now, as you can see, it's got red cables. So we need the upgraded clamp. That's it. Once you're done, right, come into the stairwell, traffic control. We're going to go to panic room, save the game first, just to be on the safe side. Then we're going to come back in here and go up to the top and get a terminal back in that control room from much earlier in the game. Now that we can access one of the terminals. So I'm just going to save. I'm not going to bother closing the door because that wastes a few seconds. And you should be okay at the moment. You might see something on your motion tracker beeping. Just try not to shoot, and hopefully if it is a xenomorph you will not trigger him. But there's quite a lot of androids around here now, and sometimes you might think it's a xenomorph but it's actually an android. So yes, all the way back up here guys after saving your game, into the control room, go left, and then left again to this terminal. It's got red access, but we can now access it. You can unlock the locker on the right with the control panel and take the messages. Four messages in there. Take them out. This next room is going to have about 20 emails literally, so nothing good for me in there. Right, so back down to panic room. Going to save again. We really don't have much more to do in the game. I know if you go on the PlayStation 5 progress on the home menu, it says like you're at the end of this video, it will say like 50% done, but we're not. We're almost at probably about 75% done, 80% done, guys. Very, very close to the end. Right, I'm just going to save my game again. And we're going to use a yellow key card here. So interact that, guys, and it will unlock this door on the left. So in here, get the first drive on this mainframe in the middle on the left. Go that first drive, then come over to this this terminal here. Place that drive into a slot, triangle, and then L2. The next drive is just behind you on this central mainframe. Grab that drive, place it in the second slot. And then the third drive is in that mainframe right at the back of the room, over here. These are very, very hard for me to find on VR. For some reasons, I just couldn't see them at times, and I just spent a good ages looking around for these. But of course, I know where they all are now, and they haven't moved them. So once you place them all in, access the terminal. You want to take the message, and you also need to scan every drive. So take 3 messages once you get a moment, and scan every drive in the data analysis. So take a moment, so that's why I scanned 1, went out, looked at 3 messages, and then came back in. So once you scanned all 3, go into the panel, and now you want to open unlock all the terminals. That's it. Unlock all 3 terminals. Right, once done that, we'll go to left terminal first, because this one leads you to the Intel disk. Yes, yeah, so control panel, unlock the locker first, and then take that single email. Unlock this locker, inside be the Intel disk, grab the ammo as well. Yes, that should be Intel disk number 19. Right, now I'm going to use the terminal on this kind of middle desk. In this terminal, there will be 5 emails, and we're also going to unlock the locker behind it. Yeah, 5 emails there. Like I say, you get about 20 emails or so in this area. Right, it's going to check this locker next. The next few lockers just have the loot inside them. Right, and for the final terminal on the back right. So 4 terminals all together in this room, but you have to put in the drives on one of the terminals to access the other 3. So in this terminal, yeah, it's got 5 other emails, so 5 new emails. Take them, of course, unlock the locker, and check the locker for any loot. Right, we're done. Let's go back to the ship. Go and save your game if you want to. It looks like I'm not going to. Do you know, if I'm honest, I'm not entirely sure if I've changed this slightly. You know when you come up from that elevator section, assuming you killed all the enemies, if perhaps xenomorphs cannot spawn between leaving the elevator shaft and getting to your ship. I'm not quite entirely sure. I didn't test it on this. I did test it on the VR version, and they could still spawn, but maybe they can't on this, because on this account I've not had any spawn, and on the other account, but maybe it's just because I've been quiet and I've been too quick, and maybe they've just made it so there's a much more of a time window until they spawn again. I'm not entirely sure. But once back in your ship, the door will close behind you, and now you've got to wait for about a minute for some dialogue to finish. So in that time while you're waiting, grab any loot. You can leave that grenade at the back there for later. Yeah, grab any loot from that big case, and it's got to wait for the dialogue to finish. While we're waiting, I'll show you my trophy so far, and what my counts look like, my collectibles. Yeah, and also, only one xenomorph is going to spawn for the time being. On the VR version, once you get back here, they can normally spawn in like a wave of 2 or 3. But yeah, they seem to calm that down a little bit, because at the moment only one can spawn, which is nice. So yeah, these were all my collectibles looking like. Rewire box, 23 of 29 on my junction boxes. Yeah, 23 of 29. That should be what you're at on them. If not, of course, you missed one. Emails, we're on 89. So only 11 more to go. And Intel disk, I think I'm on 20. When it comes to emails, there are a few extra, I believe. So if you are a little bit behind me, don't worry too much. I mean, it's going to be very, very hard to try to figure out which one you've missed, because there's literally no log of your emails at all. There's logs for the Intel disks, but there's no logs for the emails, so it's just really hard to try and figure out which one you've missed. But like I say, there are a few extra. So hopefully if you are just 1 or 2 behind, you'll still get a trophy, because I will show you the extra ones as well, so don't worry about that. So once dialogue's finished, the door's going to open, and now the xenomorphs will definitely start spawning if they were not already, because you'll hear a screech in a minute. What I'm going to do first, what you need to do now is you need to grab 2 like power cell things, the cartridges, like what I've got in the medical wing. And on the VR version, you could carry 2 at once. So I'm actually doing this a little bit different actually, because you can't carry 2 at the same time now. I don't think. We'll find out a bit later. So this might not work exactly what we're doing, but it's still a fast way to do it, and it's still going to be optimal. Just means we can't carry 2 at once. We've got to make like 2 trips. But what I do first, I go left. I open that airlock door. That's going to be very important for later, because when we come back later, there's going to be a bunch of xenomorphs chasing you, and that will just give you a bit more time to get in the airlock and close the door behind you, because now we do not have to wait for the door to open. So make sure you open that main gate, big door on the left. That will lead you to the administrative wing airlock. Then once done that, come along here into the safe room in the middle of the cargo yard, save your game, and now we're going to go back into the garage. In the garage, if you check this part in the VR version, when we do this next step, 3 xenomorphs spawn, 3 or 4, but now only 1 spawn for me. Yeah, so they have kind of gone a bit easy on us on this point. It's harder to kill xenomorphs in this version, I think, just because it's harder to hide. It's a lot harder to hide from them. We're going to come to this terminal. We're going to close the door and then start the cycle. So manual override, close door, and then start the cycle. There used to be 3 options there. I think one was close door, then start cycle, then open door. But they've now made it so it's only 2. So either be close door, start cycle, or open door, close cycle. So once you've done it, we're going to come over here. This is where I like to kill this alien from. And look on the left in a minute. You're going to see him crawling. So the music's just like normal at the moment, but look at him there, sneaking up on me. So that should be the only xenomorph. I think he spawns when you trigger this cycle and close the door. So that should be the only one. Once he's dead, hopefully the music's gone back to normal. That's your indication that he's safe to go. Okay, so come around here to this door on the left. Unlock it. You should have the intel access you need. Yeah, that would be the research high access clearance. Come inside, look through this broken window on the left and shoot at that circuit breaker. That's it, shoot that to unlock this door on the left. I couldn't quite tell if it's broken or not then, that's why I shot probably a bit too many times. But good thing is because we've just eliminated the current wave xenomorphs, we do not have to wait for and worry about any spawning when you're going through this event system. And they have actually changed this bit up as well. I'll let you know in a minute. Yeah, when you pick up the power cell on the VR version, it used to spawn an enemy, like literally on the wall just behind it, but that enemy doesn't spawn anymore. So you're going to drop down here, and this is Intel disk number 20. Sorry, did I say 20 earlier? No, we had 19 earlier. That's Intel disk number 20. We've got one more to go. So I'm just going to break that weld. There are some grenades in this room if you want to grab a loot. I think there's 2 cases you can loot, but I've got 3 grenades, so there's no need. Going to break that weld, open the door. That's what we need in here, that Intel disk. So come back into motor pool, go left, and grab a power cell. So yes, on the VR version, when you grab this, it would spawn some xenomorphs, but they don't spawn now. So when you've grabbed it, we're going to go back over to the to that same terminal. We're going to open the door and start the cycle, because you can't climb ladders with these in your hand anymore. On the VR version, you could climb ladders with these in your hand. You can't anymore. So place a data pad in there, manual override, start cycle, and then open the door. Almost done. So the next step is to run straight back over to that main gate to the administrative wing, get straight in that door and slot in the blue keycard to lock the airlock behind us. Right, that's it. The door's open. Make sure you grab the power cell. Yeah, you will hear a screech, probably some xenomorph spawn, but as long as you're quick and keep running forward, hopefully they'll not get a chance to spawn and not get a chance to catch up to you guys and attack. We are running past the safe room, so you could drop in the safe, but that time it takes you to go in the safe, it's probably going to give the aliens time to catch up and be waiting outside the door, and so you might have to kill them, or unless you wait for like a few minutes for them to despawn. So yes, I'm just going to go straight through, straight to the airlock, quickly put in blue keycards, and then once the airlock's closed and open to the administrative wing, I'm going to go into the panic room and save the game, guys, ready for part 6. 2 more parts to go. That's it. Managed to get in here before any xenomorphs caught up. Yeah, don't forget that power cell. On the VR version, if you drop these and reloaded your save, they'll normally spawn where you left them, or spawn in your hand, spawn like right beside you. If you already kind of interacted with a power cell, yeah, in VR version, I think you can touch it but drop it, but then when you save and reload, it will spawn next to you. But I think on this version, they might just spawn where you left it, like where you dropped it, it will just stay there. For example, I just dropped it down there, and when I save my game and reload, it probably still going to be exactly the same spot where it landed. But yeah, save your game, guys, and that'll be it for part 5. Hey, welcome to part 6, guys. Yeah, back onto Alien Rogue Incursion Evolved Edition. We should be in the administrative wing. So we've left 1 capacitor in the panic room. Now we're going to come out here and go left into this geothermal door. Yes, just unlock it for your blue keycard. Come inside and go right and then left, and there'll be a terminal which we can now access. This one over here. So access it, take the emails, and you can also open the nearby lockers if you want a bit of loot. There's only 1 email on here. Yes, open the 2 lockers and grab that email. On the VR version, there used to be a duplicate email on there, which didn't count. It's just like an email which appears in another spot, but they've actually moved them for this version. Finally took them off. But yeah, grab that email, loot the lockers if you need to, guys, and you want to make your way over here next. We're now going to go in that small room, which we broke the weld on much earlier in the game, because now xenomorphs will spawn, by the way, so make sure you're being cautious, guys, and vigilant, and listen out for any xenomorphs. But yes, come in this room. Like I say, the weld's already broken. Access the terminal, get that email, and also open the locker and loot them if you need it. Yeah, grab that email. And from here, I usually go into the mess hall panic room and save my game. Yeah, just over here. Because you also want to open this door ready for later. Because a bit later on we're going to sprint over here and go straight into that door to save the game. So I'm not saving the game yet. You can if you want to, just while we were nearby. I'm coming down here to warehouse, which is our next stop. And before you go in there, you want to just take out the next wave xenomorphs if you have not killed any recently. So there should be 2 or 3. I've had 2 here sometimes I get 3. So that's 2. I think I've got a 3rd one on its way to me. Maybe I'm good. I'm sure I remember having 3 xenomorphs here. I guess it was just 2. But sometimes the 3rd one might be a bit delayed. You might spawn a bit later. But you want to come around here and take the email from this terminal. Now, if you open any lockers now, the first locker you open from this point on is going to have a facehugger inside it. Yes, grab that email. That's all you need to do. You can unlock the lockers as well and loot them if you need to. But I've got plenty of loot. But like I say, your first locker now is likely going to have a facehugger inside. I'm not sure why it triggers. I don't think it happened in the VR version. But yeah, on this, from this point, the first locker I opened, no matter where it is, had a facehugger inside it. You want to come over to this junction box next and rewire it. These junction boxes on the back of containers, they have got 2 points on the far right, but you always just want to match up to the point which is not currently connected, as you just saw there. So I just connected it all to the bottom right point, and you know if it's been activated because that lever should be accessible on the front of the container. Now what you want to do now is quickly grab that and drop it, because when you touch that it triggers a bunch of xenomorphs to rush your location, and they normally hide in this container, guys, and take them all out. Just because it kind of bottlenecks them all to me. They can still attack you here, but they're always going to come from the same direction. There's going to be about 6 or so xenomorphs. And I did not open that container, by the way, because there's 3 facehuggers inside there. All you're going to get if you open them containers, which has like a junction box on the back, is you'll probably get 1 or 2 cases inside with a bit of loot, and like I say, 3 facehuggers will normally rush out as soon as you open the door. So I normally just leave them containers. There's plenty of loot elsewhere. It's not like you have to go in there. So I'm just going to wait here now, like I say, till I've killed like 4 to 6 xenomorphs. Yeah, 4 to 6. A little bit random, but what you might find out, I mean, I killed what then? 2 or 3, maybe? It's normally 4 to 6, but if you kill a few and the music has gone, then there's likely no more. And then once you're ready to move on, guys, quickly grab a capacitor. Yeah, sorry about that. I'm a bit drunk at the moment, it looks like. Grab the capacitor, then make way over here. Now, when you approach the mess hall airlock, a facehugger will come from around that vehicle on the left. There it is. So take out a facehugger. Afterwards, pick up the capacitor, guys. Facehuggers die in 1 revolver shot, of course, if you're accurate. Now making way back to the outside airlock. That facehugger, I don't think it appeared on the VR version. I'm sure that I don't remember that. I mean, it has been almost a year, so that might be why. But I'm pretty sure there's no facehugger there. And yeah, that droid looks like he's walking away from Xenomorph now. But it wasn't. Sometimes he just likes to walk backwards. So quickly coming here. I think the Xenomorphs had just spawned again. But if you're quick enough close to the door, guys, they'll stop chasing you for a moment. So I'm just going to go and save my game. Because what we need to do now is we need to take both of these over to the ship, plug them in, and then you need to come back and get the other one. If you can take out the next Xenomorph wave while doing so, then hopefully you can do both without any more spawning. So I'm just going to quickly open the panic room, save the game, I'm going to reload it, and like I say, if you can get rid of the next Xenomorph wave, you should be able to do both capacitors without any more spawning. I'm just closing the door because I just think I heard a screech. Better safe than sorry. I've pretty much done the old guide, by the way, on this, and it all goes quite smoothly, just like the VR version. Yes, some strategies I've had to change up a little bit, but some of the, in the end game area, some of my VR strategies still work on this version. Some of the hiding spots still work, which is nice. And all the trophies popped in the right place, like collectibles and the junction box and stuff like that. Right, so I've saved my game, I've reloaded. Let's come out here. So I've got 1 capacitor at the moment. Yes, on the VR version, you can carry 2 at once, but we can't on this. We can only carry 1 at a time. So what you might want to do, once you get outside, get the attention of the Xenomorphs, if you haven't killed any for a moment. And I just want to kill them all, just because then I know I can take both capacitors without any spawning from behind or in front of me or from the sides. Because if they spawn when you're out in the open, you're likely going to get swarmed, guys, because they'll come from different directions, and you always kind of need your back to a wall when you're fighting these, and your sides to a wall as well. So they just come from the direction which will be in front of you. If there's too many directions around you which are open for them to ambush you from, assault you from, you're probably going to get killed. Because one hit by one, and then another one will just instant kill you. So that's 2. I think there's one more. There is normally 3 out here on this next wave. Yeah, the current wave at the moment, yeah, it's normally 3. So just heard it, it's on its way. Sometimes the third one can take a long time to spawn. Same with any, and just got a trophy then, no mercy. Get 30 kills with a pulse rifle. Do not worry about them trophies at all. I have mentioned briefly before, but just to elaborate on that a little bit more. At the end, when we complete the game, we'll get the insane trophy. Then we're going to reload the safe, drop it down story difficulty, and then there'll be one room where you get about 6 xenomorphs, and we'll just quickly get that trophy out of the way. Because when you reload a safe, your kills still count, so you can reload after completing the game, like I say, get an insane trophy, drop story, kill 6 xenomorphs, reload, kill 6 xenomorphs, reload. Just keep doing that until you get the trophies. So here, you press these 2 buttons, and then place the capacitor into one, doesn't matter which. Follow the button prompts. That's it, rotate it and press it in. It's a bit quicker to put this in on the VR version, a bit slower here, leaves it more open. This way you want to make sure you've got rid of the current xenomorph wave before you try and do that. But anyway, that's the first one slotted. Let's go and grab the final one. Yeah, this video will end up in the final area, in the end game. So part 7, just pretty much going to be the end game part and a little bit of cleanup. Text guide is complete, by the way, if you do want to look ahead. Yeah, I've completed all the text guide. So second one, and if you try and throw this, it doesn't actually go too far. It seems to go further if you press circle to drop it, as opposed to holding L1, which is pretty weird. You can drop it further than what you can throw it, for some weird reason. But yes, place that in there, and press the button. Right, once they're both inside, you want to head into the ship, guys, and trigger a brief scene. If the door don't close, then go back near the entrance. Yeah, you can grab the ammo in here as well. All this ammo inside here will respawn later, so make sure you grab any ammo inside now, if you've got space for it, of course, because yeah, it'll be gone later, because new ammo will take its place. So like I say, if the cutscene does not start to begin with, go back towards the door, then that should trigger it to activate. Because I think the trigger for this scene is nearer the entrance, but you have to wait for the capacitors to get sucked in, and probably about 5 seconds longer for the scene to be able to trigger. And because I just started it in and ran straight in it, I was a bit too quick. But while I'm waiting, because I can't do anything at the moment, I'll show you my trophies. So these are what it should be at the moment. Yeah, when we come here again later as well, I'll show you all these again. I'm going to be looting this area very, very shortly. And there's going to be no chance of seeing more spawning. So I'm on 92 emails and 24 junction boxes. 20 intel discs. Yeah, 92 emails. By the way, we get 2 extra emails. That's all I found in the game, 2 extra. So it's actually 102, but you need 100. And I think the extra 2 do still count if, for example, you miss 2 earlier on. So yeah, you have got a very, very small window of leeway in case you do miss any. Right, so once the ship opens up again, head back outside. Of course, try and be quick before more xenomorphs spawn. Head straight into the administrative wing airlock and close it. Then we're going to make our way straight over to the mess hall airlock. You can save your game here if you want to. I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to, since that big door opens, I'm going to boot it all the way over to the mess hall airlock, and I'm going to save it in there. Because there you do definitely want to save it, because we have a long run to make. Could call it a kamikaze mission. This whole thing is pretty much, especially when you're fighting against xenomorphs. But you have to run all the way from the mess hall airlock up to a room at the top, go up the elevator, go to another room, turn on the power on this terminal, then you have to run all the way back down here. So I try to be quick, because of course quicker you are, the less chance of more xenomorphs spawning. So straight to the mess hall airlock. They've actually changed one of the triggers as well for this. There's one part where a xenomorph automatically triggers in front of you, and it happens again on the way back down. But the one on the way back down, they've took it out in the VR version. So you've only got to worry about the xenomorph on the way up, and then of course random xenomorphs spawning along the way. So I'm just going to quickly insert the keycard. Hopefully close that door before any xenomorphs catch up. It did. And now I'm going to definitely save my game. Save my game and reload. On the way to mess hall, there was a glitch for this back in the original where when you got to mess hall, it reverted its state back to how it was at the start of the game. So you actually couldn't progress. But they're supposed to have patched it. But somebody was saying they had a glitch where Davis appeared here again and was with them till the end of the game. So I guess they kind of patched it in a way, but Davis was still appearing as if the area was still in that early game state. But I'm just going to reload the save. I mean, hopefully that doesn't happen to you, but if you do get any glitches here, guys, you can't progress, you've got to try and reload an earlier save until you can push on forward. But they supposedly patched the part of the glitch where you could not progress. I mean, if Davies disappears, that's just a useful part for you, because of course he can attract the xenomorph. So here I like to lob a grenade, because as you get near this car, a xenomorph always comes from around the side of them boxes. That is scripted to appear. There it comes. Yes, that xenomorph, like I say, it's scripted to appear. Once you get to the side of that big vehicle on the left, it will come from behind the crates further up on the right. So I like to lob that grenade, ready to kill it once it does appear. And see all these barrels here. So if any xenomorphs spawn at this point, lure them to them barrels and use some barrels to kill them. There's about 5 barrels there, so hopefully you'll be able to save some ammo. But if none are spawning, then just run up here. So running all the way up to the elevator. I'm going to save my game first and then panic room and reload it. The reason I do this is it's to respawn the red barrels. So if you did use the red barrels down there, then we're going to save the game, we're going to reload it, and that will respawn the red barrels. Then on the way back down later, you can use them again if you need to. I do it now because once we interrupt the terminal and divert the power, it triggers more xenomorphs to spawn. So I like to save it now just because it allows you to get back down to the bottom quicker. Because coming and save does of course waste a few seconds, so I want to do it now. Yep, it's not letting me because xenomorphs have spawned. If xenomorphs do spawn, then you have to close the panic room door, as you can see, in order to save the game. If I didn't come save my game then, I would have probably escaped them, so I would have got into the elevator. But I guess at least if I kill them now, I don't have to wait for them to respawn again. You know, like the next minute or so. So save the game, just reload it. So some xenomorphs are outside. Right, he knocked very nicely, so I'm just opening the door. He knocked 3 times, that's a secret knocking code. Well, I'm going to take out the other 2 before I go up the elevator. Otherwise I might have to wait a minute again for them to spawn. Right, should be one more. The elevator is not a bad place to kill them from because they can't spawn from behind, only from outside. Right, that's it, that's 3 of them. So you're going to go up to L3, level 3, and remember when you come back you need to go back down to level 2, same floor. So level 3 now, then back to level 2, then all the way back down the stairs, back through the mess hall, then back to that panic room. And then back outside basically. Got a big fight coming up once we get back outside to the ship. But good thing about this fight is there's a good space to hide, and once it's finished, no xenomorphs spawn outside just for that very specific part of the objective. And we're going to use that time to grab all the loot in the outside area, and there's quite a lot. So up here you want to come to facility power. The door is now open. Go around to the right over to the terminal. First take the message. Take the message first, because once you reroute power it's going to trigger xenomorphs. So take the 2 messages, that's it, and then facility power grid and reroute the power. That's it. As soon as you press it, we're good to go. Up this ramp, back to the elevator. Now there might be a xenomorph spawned right in front of the elevator, so have your shotgun ready or assault rifle ready to kill it. There is an explosive barrel just down here on the left if you're quick enough to shoot it. Yes, the xenomorph's just there. There she is. Like I say, when you reroute power, one normally spawns right near the elevator. So go straight down to level 2. Save your game now if you want to. I'm just going to leg it right down to the bottom. Some xenomorphs might spawn behind you, but hopefully if you're quick enough, they'll spawn way behind and they will not be aggro to you straight away, because you'll be too far away from them to hear where you are. Yeah, there is some kind of like awareness mechanic with the aliens, but it's not very good and it's hard to kind of exploit and work around. That's why I haven't really used stealth at all in this. You can actually drop from the railing there to get down to metal a bit quicker, the lower floor, but you take a lot of damage if you do so. So down to bottom, and what will happen here, as you'll see, as I run past them 5 groups of red barrels, the aliens spawn. So I actually use red barrels to kill them. You'll see exactly what I mean. So as I come down here, yep, hear the screech. So you got quite a lot of red barrels. So no matter what path you take, you can hopefully get them. I hope to get 2 of that one, but I kind of messed it up. But I got that one there. And hopefully I can get this next xenomorph with that other red barrel. Oh no. No, not quite. But yep, got him. So that's 3 xenomorphs. Didn't waste too much ammo, so I used red barrels. Right, there might be a bit of ammo on these crates if you need it. And then continue into the mess hall. So as you come down here, a xenomorph would normally spawn from behind that vehicle on the right. Yeah, it was spawned now from behind there, but it doesn't spawn anymore. They've turned off that alien in this version. I don't know why. Maybe they knew that by the time you come down here, you're not going to have much ammo. And there's a fight coming up where you need a lot of ammo. There's going to be literally about 8 xenomorphs. I don't like to put 8 xenomorphs outside. There's literally nowhere to hide. You see the spot where I hide. It's a bit of an exploit in a way. But it works, so I'm sticking to it. You can actually hide behind the thrusters of the ship. There'll be like little flaps on it. You can crouch beneath them. It's just kind of to the left of the ship entrance. As you look at the ship entrance, to the left, you'll see like the thruster from the ship, and there'll be flaps. You can actually crouch beneath them. The aliens can still hit you sometimes, but it worked a little bit on the VR version. So if this container ever gets patched or anything, just somewhere else to hide if you need to. So straight into mess hall airlock, and we definitely want to save it now. Yeah, this is the administrative wing airlock, the one that leads you back outside the cargo yard. So straight away, yes, I'm going to save the game. Yeah, we have a big fight coming up. Like I say, you're going to have about 5 to 10 maybe xenomorphs. Sometimes I have 6 spawn. I've had 3 spawn before, I think. But most time it's about 6 to 8 that spawn for me. So I'm going to save my game. Yeah, you're going to be using a lot of ammo here. Like I say, it's going to be about 6 to 8 xenomorphs to kill. But once you've done this, you're going to get all your ammo back afterwards. So do not worry about using all your ammo for this fight. You'll get it all back afterwards. Yes, and let's reload the game. Right, let's do it. So, yeah. Probably the worst fight left of the game. We have got the end boss, but that's not too bad. There's plenty of ammo around in the medical area. We've got a lot more encounters, but yeah. Because you've got loads of ammo, they're not too bad. This one, it's because it's right out in the open. And if you do not get good hiding spot, guys, you're just going to get overrun really quickly. Yep, so there's one just waiting there for me. Just sat there in the snow. Relieving himself, I think. So what you need to do, you need to go over to the data pad terminal on the right of the ship. You'll see the entrance is closed. Yeah, see the thruster on the left. You can crouch beneath the flaps. Right, so once you're ready, place your data pad in the terminal, guys. There will be no actions you can do. You just got to place it in, that's it, and take it back out. And that'll trigger this next sequence. So I'm making my way over to a container now. Just do not want to get killed on the way there. That's lucky. Right, so yeah, this container over here, it's to the southwest, I think. I think it's southwest. But yeah, try not to get killed on the way to it, guys. Yeah, so you want to come over here in this container. I'll show you on the map in a second where it is, if I can. Yes, it's kind of in the southwest corner of the map. You can see you can kind of glitch your head out at the top of the container as well. Have a look around. But yeah, this is a good spot on the VR version as well, because the xenomorphs, they get stuck and they can't follow you all the way up. So if you crouch, you can actually get further back. And as you see, they kind of get stuck. So it's a good spot. I could go further back if I wanted to. But if you go too far back, sometimes you can get a bit stuck and you can't get out. And if they kind of get all glitchy and they can't find you, you might have to move forward a bit. Just make sure you're ready to move back once they appear. So yeah, they're a bit bugged out. They know I'm here. But then I'm probably registering this outside the container as well. And then inside it, in the walls of the container at the same time. I've got another trophy there. Get 30 kills with the revolver. I think I've got those trophies now, so, because I've got a shotgun already. I've got a Pulse Rifle 1 to start this video, and I've got a revolver out of the way. So more spawns, you know when they stop spawning, because obviously the music will die, and your colleagues will start talking. Or Zulu will start talking as well. So if they're not spawning, just move forward a bit more, guys, to get their attention. Here they come. Yeah, so the thing about this fight is three will spawn at once. That's why I don't like it. And I'm low in health. As soon as you're low in health, guys, heal up. Right, and I thought I almost got stuck here, but I managed to wiggle out of it. Right, I think that's the last one, I hope. No, still more. This is what I mean. You might get a lot. I mean, that's going to be more than 6 for me. But you might only have to kill 3 or 6. I'm sure before I've only had to kill 4 or something. It all depends. I think somehow the random wave can kind of get pulled into it as well. But there, that's it. So once David starts talking, that's your sign, guys. So no more xenomorphs will spawn at the moment until you update the next objective. So we're going to grab all the loot outside. So first of all, you want to come around this container on the left, climb up the ladder, and we're going to rewire this junction box. So again, these ones on the back of the containers, connect all the wires to the bottom one. Basically the one it's not currently connected to. Yeah, I think that's it. Right, we're good to go. You can always check your trophy tracker as well if you want to make sure it has counted or not. I think that one should be number 25 of 29. So next up, we are going around here. Yeah, this is the only point in the story where no xenomorphs will spawn in this area. I mean, you got a point at the start of the game, but you don't have the red clamp then, do you? The clamp upgrade. So this is the only point after getting all the upgrades that you can access everything with no worry about xenomorphs. So access this terminal. You can open and lock nearby. And there you go, that's the facehugger. Yeah, make sure you take the email from that terminal. You know, like I said, that the next locker you open is going to have a facehugger inside it. You know, when we got into a warehouse. So that's the next locker I opened. And that's when I realised that it's the next locker. So I thought it was just the first locker in the warehouse. But no, it seems to be the first locker you open after reaching the warehouse will have a facehugger inside it. So I'm doing this one now. Yeah, do not worry about that beep on the motion tracker. It's probably the facehuggers inside this container. So again, I'm just connecting them all up to the connection, the point it was not currently connected to. That's it, the bottom slot. And again, you'll know because the lever will be available on the front. If you open that door, it's going to be 3 facehuggers inside it. There's no need to worry about them. Right, so next up, so that should be number 26. And we should be on 97 emails. 95 emails. Yep, sorry. 95 emails and 26 junction boxes coming up. This one will be number 26. So take off the panel. Sorry, this one's 27 actually. Yeah, this one's 27. Yeah, the last junction box, by the way, is near the end of the game. So again, I'm connecting them up to the bottom socket. The one which are currently inactive when I first took the panel off. Nope, something's not right there. Give me a moment. Sometimes it takes a moment for the wheels to go around. Right, I think that's one. Right, so yeah. So, sorry. Let me get this right this time. So that is junction box 27 of 29. And these two emails on this terminal in a moment, this should put you at 97 of 100. Yeah, these two in here. Right, so this terminal, now we can access it. So control panel, you can unlock the locker and grab the two emails. There you go, once got two emails. It's only the locker on the far right which will have loot inside it. That's one which that terminal just unlocked. So yes, grab that. Like I say, that should put you at yes, 97 emails. And you want to come to this room next, Employee Lounge. Yes, in here there should be a lot of loose loot on the table. You've got revolver ammo. We've got more revolver. You've got a pulse rifle on that counter. Over here, you got more pulse rifle. You got intel disc. Now this should be intel disc number 21, guys. The final intel disc. There you go. You get a trophy just for a percentage. You can loot the case as well for some loot. There's the first aid kit there. You got a pulse rifle ammo as well on that counter. And then that's all there is in here. Going to go back outside next and then keep going right. You'll get to the final junction box, which is outside. Yeah, keep going right. Yeah, this one's just outside the ship. Yes, here it is. This should be junction box, guys, number 28. Junction box 28. One more to go after this. And like I say, it's at the end of the area. So again, just connect everything to the bottom slot, which is currently inactive. I think that's one. Right, and once done, inside the ship, guys. Now, once you go in the ship, it's going to trigger xenomorphs to start spawning after this. And you can't do anything. On the VR version, you had control during this cutscene. You could grab all the loot while you're waiting, but you can't now. This one, you have to wait for the cutscene to finish. So yeah, 97 emails and 28 junction boxes. And of course, we've just got a trophy for intel discs, just for a percentage. Yeah, you do not see those xenomorphs. I can't remember the quote now. Yeah, flipping each other over for a percentage. I think that's a quote, ain't it? From Aliens, the second one. But as soon as you get control back, xenomorphs will start spawning again. So you want to quickly grab all the loot. And then we're going to make our way back to the elevator, which leads us to the medical wing. You know that elevator which crashed, and we came to that brief area where the nest was, with the 5 eggs. Yeah, we need to go back to that elevator. It can be tricky to remember where it is, actually. But of course, you're watching the guide, so I'm going to show you. Because the objectives used to be a bit buggy when the game first released. They didn't show properly on the data pad. So it took me a moment to get back to this elevator again. So like I say, do not forget to grab all the loot. And by the way, after this cutscene, there'll be an autosave. So if you do mess up from now until the next save point, you'll just reload from here. So you're not going to lose too much progress. You won't have to do that fight again. Right, is she done? Yeah, we're about to go into the in-game. The in-game area is quite quick to do, by the way. So you get a trophy, crew expendable, story trophy. Quickly grab this loot, like I say. Shotgun ammo, grenade. Over here is a bunch more loot. And I don't know why with this shotgun ammo. Oh, that's why I didn't show up. I was wondering why the shotgun ammo didn't give me much. Because I grabbed about 5 different batches of shotgun ammo. But as you just saw there, when I picked them up, I kept getting +1, +1, +1, which is not very fair. That's why I don't end up with much shotgun ammo by the end of this video. So now we are going back to the Yes, like I say, back to the elevator in the garage, if you remember where that is.
Just trying not to get my hopes.
So I'm going to save my game in this terminal here. And there's two ways you can do this. You can either go back to the garage, do the cycle, and then open the door. Do it that way. You know where you have to close the entrance to the garage and then that'll open the door inside the garage. Then you can access the elevator. Or you can do the way I'm going to do it here, where I climb up the ladder on the back of the container, I jump across and I go into the stairwell in traffic control area, then I go down the stairs and get to the elevator that way. Yeah, two ways you can do it. Like I say, I'm going to do it this way. So straight up this ladder. Be quick, like I say, because xenomorphs will be spawning again now. And you can go in here and save your game if you want to. I'm going to go straight past it, so I just saved my game. I've had both xenomorphs spawn in this garage, by the way, as soon as I got into it before. Like, I went through this door at the bottom of the stairs, and the two xenomorphs were, like, right in front of me, just to the right. So, I mean, that's just bad luck. There's an explosive barrel just there if you need it. And the elevator. And those beeps are probably androids, by the way. Yeah, they're quite deceiving. Yeah, straight in here, and you want to ride it to L2. Level 2, guys, quickly. There we go. So level 2. Now we're almost done. Now as soon as you get into here, because the aliens can spawn in this next room, you're going to get straight into the panic room area. Close the airlock, because once the airlock is closed, enemies will not spawn in the next area until you kind of complete the next story objective. So quickly, come in here, guys, and do the airlock. Like I say, aliens will spawn in that room back there, where the android was. There's a room in the corner now, which is now unlocked, but there's nothing of great interest in there. Just a bit of loot. There's no emails, nothing. There is a terminal, but it just leads you to a unlock button for the locker nearby, basically. So yes, do the airlock, and then come to panic room and save game. Like I say, no enemies will spawn in the medical wing now until you complete the next objective. At which point there'll be a wave of 6 aliens we've got to kill. But they'll spawn in 3 groups of 2, so it's not too bad. So yes, once near, save your game. And that'll be it for part 6, guys. So one more part to go. That'll be tomorrow. We'll finish the game finally and get platinum all in one playthrough. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on part 7 tomorrow. Welcome back to the final part of my Alien Rogue Incursion Evolved Edition Complete Platinum Guide. Part 7, and we're in the medical wing. For now, we're just going to head inside and we're going to get an email. So this final one, we're going to get all the remaining trophies out of the way. When it comes to some of the missed trophies, we're going to reload some saves at the end after completing the game and getting the insane trophy. We're going to drop difficulty and get most combat trophies out of the way. But this terminal, you'll find an email. Grab that email, guys. That should be email number 98. There will be 2 extra. Make sure you unlock this locker. Check inside for any loot. You might find some shotgun bullets on the shelf there. And this case normally has a pulse rifle inside it. Always has pulse rifle ammo. And once you've taken them emails, you check for any loot, guys. Come over here once you're ready to progress, because once you do this, it's going to trigger 6 xenomorphs in 3 waves of 2 each. So PDT keycard, click on grant. Once the bar is complete, that's it. You've now got green clearance, and now it's going to trigger, like I say, a bunch of xenos. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to hide under here. And here they come. So hiding under the shelf is a really good spot, because as you can see, most of the time they will not attack you. And the reason I'm trying to use a few of my grenades is because we're going to be finding a lot in this area. They'll come in waves 2, as I was saying. So between each wave, if you're feeling up to it, it can be a bit risky, because sometimes the waves will spawn straight after each other. You can go and check for any loot and then come back to the hiding spot. But it's probably best to just stay in here, because that's what might happen. If you get out, they might come back and kind of attack you once before they go back to that state where they like can't attack you. I don't know why they can't attack you most part, because on the VR version you could hide in it, it kind of worked the same, but they're still attacking you. But on this one, they don't really attack at all, which is nice, so it works better now in a way. I mean, when they get on the far wall, they'll launch at you and they attack you that way. So what you can do, if they're on the opposite wall, move to the side so they don't jump at you guys, and then move back into the corner where we am. So I think that's 5. There should be one more. 3 waves of 2 each will come. 6 in total. Because we've got green clearance, what we're going to do first. So I think that's it. Yeah, dialogue will begin again. Quickly check for any loot again if you want to. Like I say, you must be quick, because now what will happen is, while you're in this area, xenomorphs will randomly spawn, and when they do spawn now, it'll lock down all the rooms. So you won't be able to go into panic rooms or anything. You'll have to kill the wave. You won't be able to escape him. So you want to try and be really quick in these next parts coming up to avoid having to kill xenomorphs, which you don't have to if you're quick enough. So we're going to unlock the waiting room over here. We're basically heading back towards that first safe room where we came from. I think it's to the west. Yeah, so unlock the waiting room, come inside. There'll be quite a lot of loot in here. So if you be quick, you can unlock this case. I think that's always got first aid kits inside it. This locker here will have something inside it. If there's a lock on the locker, it's always going to have loot. And then once you're ready, guys, open this terminal. And this will give you email number 99 and 100. And you should pop the email trophy here. There you go. Model employee. Read 100 messages. There's 2 extra, by the way, we're still going to get. But hopefully that should have popped the trophy for you. So once you've got them emails, come outside, go back into the airlock, into panic room, and save your game. Do not save your game, by the way, any more than what I do. Very, very important. We've got 5 save slots, and if you save too much, we're going to overwrite that save, and it appears xenomorphs have already spawned. So I was quite lucky to be in here, because otherwise this panic room would have been locked down, and we'd have had to kill him. But now I can kind of save my game, reload it, and hopefully that's going to despawn him. Yeah, do not save your game any more than what I do. If you save too many times, you're going to overwrite that very first save when we first came here before we triggered the green card clearance. Because once you trigger that green card clearance, you can't backtrack anywhere. You're kind of locked in this area until you complete the game. But that first save you made before we went to the terminal and triggered the green card clearance, you can go back to that save and backtrack throughout any of the areas, providing they're not locked off. So that's why we want to make sure do not save too many times. There's one autosave coming up, which will occupy a slot, so it means you can only save 3 times really, because we don't want to overwrite the last save, and the autosave is going to take over a slot. So yeah, 3 times. That's one save we've made. And then we're going to come along here, guys, unlock this clearance on the right. This is taking us to the south of the medical wing next. You'll be up and down back here quite a lot, getting parts you need, and coming back to interact with the terminal, progress the story a bit more. So come inside to this area, and we're going to come to the central terminal near this closed window at the back. It's got like shuttered down at the moment, but yeah, put a data pad on it, and control panel, and run diagnostic. As soon as you've triggered that to begin, leave the room and continue north. Next, there are some doors you can use a weld on your hand torch to break the weld, but you don't need to. I mean, it will save a bit of time, but the time it takes you to break the weld, of course you loosen that time, and it gives xenomorphs more chance to spawn. So just go through the open doors, guys, and right now we're going straight to the north. So we're going to go into observation on the right. I'm not going to save my game because we just did it a few minutes ago. So observation on the right. Like I say, do not save your game too many times. Very important. So when you come to observation, so this terminal has another email. So this is one extra email, 101 this will be, out of 100. I'm going to check lockers. I just unlocked them with the terminal. There's a case over here. It has a grenade inside, but there will be a facehugger. So if you're ready with your revolver, you can shoot it if you're quick. Yeah, somehow I managed to shoot it in the air then. I think it got a bit glitched up because I was still making the gurgling sound, even though it didn't even land on me. But yeah, you don't have to get that grenade, but like I say, it's in there if you want it. You're going to come through this back passage next. It's always nice going through the back passage. Yeah, down here, and break that lock on these. The one on the left will have some ammo inside it, and the one on the right should have a grenade and something else. And here is the final junction box. You have to do this one, yeah, in order to progress, because it kind of like reroutes the power. Yeah, but this should be the final one. It should be on 28 of 29 at the moment. And this will push you just over the edge, guys, and pop that trophy. This trophy will be Amanda's Adherent. There you go, correctly rewire 29 boxes. Right, in this next room, it's going to trigger 3 facehuggers. The first one will spawn by himself. There she is. Yeah, that one's a female. Take out a facehugger. And the next 2 kind of spawn at a similar time. But if you throw a grenade there, it should get them both. So if you run forward to about there, that will trigger them, run back. And I didn't quite turn around quick enough. But yeah, that did actually get them both. And then what you want to do is come and hide behind here. You could actually hide in the spot on the VR version. It worked really well. And it works on this version as well, which I'm surprised. So you kind of crouch to get past that chair and the bed. You can't get past it standing up, so the xenomorphs can't get past. And it's a really good spot. You will have to move around a bit because sometimes they clip into the furniture and can manage to hit you. But from here, you just want to take out all the xenomorphs, guys, until the music goes back to normal and the lockdown is lifted. Yeah, they get stuck. It's a really good spot to kill all these. If you kill only 2, you likely need to wait and kill a few more. For example, here I killed 2 and then the music goes back to normal. But there's normally more than 2 in this, so I'm a bit hesitant to go out just yet. I mean, here comes the 3rd one. But I mean, even 3 I was a bit surprised and I was expecting more. But you see he's clipped into the furniture there, so just be careful. So lockdown's gone back to normal, suspended. But like I say, there's normally more than 3. But I might be lucky, you never know. Yeah, okay, I guess I'm quite lucky today. Right, so I've killed 3. Gonna come straight outside. Now I'm gonna save my game. Sorry, I'm not gonna save yet, I guess. I'm gonna open it ready. So yes, do not save your game yet. Now we're gonna come all the way back over here. All the way back south to the main southern room, which I said we're going to be making quite a few trips to, and this way you're going to pretty much end the game as well. Yeah, in the med pod prep. There's a med pod coming up. I'm sure you can imagine what's going to happen after watching Prometheus.
I see you were able to get the med pod running. You should be able to operate it from that terminal.
So control panel and run diagnostic again, now that you've kind of rerouted the power. So now we need to get a purge canister. This is the last thing we need to do, guys. So again, back to the north, but now we're going to enter the room on the left. And now you do want to load, you do want to make a save. Because we're going to reload the save later and get a few combat trophies out of the way. It's a really good spot because in a few seconds we're going to trigger about 6 xenomorphs. So it's easy to kind of reload, kill 6 xenomorphs, do whatever you need to do. So open this door on the left, diagnostic. That's it. Just get it open ready. So if you do have to keep reloading later, you don't have to keep opening that door. Right, into panic room and save your game. Check for any ammo in the lockers. So that's 2 saves so far. You can afford 1 more. Do not save more than 3 times in this medical area. Right, so I've just reloaded a save as well. Yeah, I just reloaded that save. So back outside here, guys, into diagnostic. So in here, there's quite a lot of lockers with loot. So that's got a bit of loot inside. This case here will always have a grenade and some ammo. So another locked locker there, which have something inside it. Xenomorphs don't normally spawn when you're at this point, by the way, in this room, ready to grab the purge canister. Maybe I've just been lucky. But on here will be some shotgun ammo. And some revolver. And in this locker will be another grenade. You always want to try and have 3 grenades. But when you do find some lying about, it means you can kind of use one and afford to do that. Because you can just go and grab it back afterwards. This is the last terminal with a email. So there you go. That's the final email, guys, 102. Just in case you did need a few extra. I'm going to unlock the locker nearby. And I just want to show you a room where there's 3 medikits. So if you do need some first aid kits later, this case has 3 inside it. And the room we're going to be camping in a minute, So I'm going to put a grenade there because 3 xenomorphs spawn in that room, and if you're lucky, they're all going to try and get out the door at the same time, and that grenade will kill 3. And as soon as you take this purge canister, it's going to trigger the xenomorph. So as soon as you take it, run over here. I think this is to the north. Yeah, run over to this room. Drop the canister, close the door behind you. I like to come in this room because there's only one way in the window. There's no vents. That's it. The xenomorphs, they'll always drop down there behind that chair. So they jump in the window. They'll jump down there. You can easily kill them before they get a chance to attack you. Of course, try to stun them though by shooting them in the head, because it means if they do get a chance to attack, well, it means they're less likely, to get a chance to attack you. Even if, you know, with your assault rifle, it takes a bit longer to kill them. But if you're stunning them with headshots, yes, that's the way to go. There's going to be about 6 xenomorphs now. Sometimes one can glitch up, and it will just not spawn on the map. It will be present. The lockdown will still be in effect, and the music will still be going, but you can't find it anywhere, and it's not even on the motion tracker. So that's a good reason why we made that safe. But if that does happen, guys, if you're stuck here and you cannot find the last xenomorph and the lockdown will not lift, you can now reload the safe and do this bit again. Like I say, about 6 xenomorphs will come in. There's always 3 to begin, which spawn in that middle ring, and you just get a few more waves afterwards. You should know once you got them all, because lockdown will be lifted, but sometimes one does like to kind of hang around. It won't kind of show up, and the music will not indicate that it's around either. So just be careful, there's not one kind of loitering around somewhere. Right, so once you have got them all, here it is, last one, I think. Yeah, so once you've got them all, guys, all you do, you grab your canister. They're going to make a way all the way back south, and that should be the last thing we need to do. Before you leave, you can also check for any ammo quickly. So yeah, I think that's it. I'm being a bit cautious just in case there's one hanging around somewhere which ain't showing up on the map. Right, so let's do it. You can go and grab all the grenades now as well. Just going to grab a bit of ammo up here. Try not to be too long, because the xenomorphs will start spawning again. And I actually make a 3rd save here. Probably didn't really need to do this because I don't ever really reload it. But I guess it's a save after that point, just in case you do mess up going into this next part where we're going to encounter the boss. So that's 3 saves. Do not make any more manual saves. You should still have one later save, which we made when we first came to the medical wing, before we got green keycard clearance. We need that save because, like I say, it allows you to backtrack back to previous areas. Once you trigger that green keycard clearance, you're locked into medical wing and you cannot get out, guys. Same as in the VR version. That's kind of like a point of no return. Once you get green keycard clearance, that's the point of no return. So once in here, so near the middle terminal, there'll be like a middle console on the wall, a slot for a pulse cartridge. Place it inside, follow the button prompts. That's it to insert it, and then pull this lever, guys, on the left to trigger the purge sequence. That's it. Right, once you've done that, you are now safe for the time being. And once you complete the next objective, you're going to trigger an autosave, guys, and it's going to spawn the boss. So while we are safe, like I say, no xenomorphs will spawn at this point. Now check the room for loot. Even if you don't want to take any loot, get the lockers open ready. So if you do need to grab any quickly later when the enemies are on your ass, you can quickly run around, grab the loot from any lockers which are already open. As you saw as well, that case on that table had 3 grenades inside it. There'll be another case on the other side with another 3 grenades. If a locker has a lock on it, guys, it's got loot inside. Yeah, and this is another case with 3 grenades inside it. I'm sure there's another case somewhere which I missed, which normally has just ammo. I think it's on the other side. So you got a case on either side with 3 grenades in. Keep them in mind, because grenades will come in useful when we're fighting these xenomorphs. They can be useful for the boss, but I'm going to show you a different way for it. So once ready, guys, you checked loot and you got most lockers open. Come into the medbot suite and press the button. That's it. Start the medical procedure. Yeah, we're about to have a C-section. So grab hold and pull the arms back and brace yourself. That's it, L2 and R2. Yeah, just give me a moment. I almost had second thoughts then, thinking what am I doing? Yeah, these med pods have a 99.9% success rate, but you do not want to be that 0.1%. It'd be crazy if they actually made these in real life in the future, if we had something like this. But yeah, they would be mega expensive. Yeah, say goodbye to your 6-pack. It doesn't quite look real, does it? It looks like a fake body, the way they made your belly look.
Helen, what's going on?
It appears the hostile life form that incapacitated my staff is making its way to our location.
That's it, looks like a little Pac-Man mouth.
Not yet. Do not panic. We are nearly finished with extraction.
If only I had a yellow t-shirt on. Yeah, it looks like they're going ripping my guts a bit, so then that blood flying everywhere. But yes, there it is, your little baby. No umbilical cord cut. Yeah, don't worry, it's going to get put in a nursery, guys, and we're going to see it later. I wonder what her first word will be. And this is the boss. I'm not quite sure if this is supposed to be a new xenomorph type, or maybe it's from the comics. Oh yeah, because Julie Hendricks is from the comics, isn't she? But it's definitely not a queen. And I've not seen anything like that in the movies. So I'm not entirely sure. I guess it must be from the comics. But once it seals you up, there'll be an autosave once you get control back. And I want to reload this, so I want to show you the little book.
Never let that stop me. Let's move.
So the boss will always come in from the door on the right. But if you reload the autosave, the boss will be invisible. Yeah, it's really weird. But to make the boss appear, shoot it. It can't actually attack you when it's invisible, by the way. Just shoot it once, make it reappear. There you go, it's invisible, it is there. Shoot it once, there she is. Now, you need to close the door when it's inside that room. You have to do that. Then quickly come up here and pull this lever. You've got to make sure you do this quick, otherwise it will break out, that's it. Now, while it's in there getting kind of damaged by a purge sequence, we're going to get ready because a wave of xenomorphs going to spawn. There's going to be about 6 xenomorphs, guys. They're going to come in like waves of 2 or waves of 3. I'm not quite sure exactly. Maybe it's a mix of both. But yeah, about 6 in total. And if you're quick enough, you can lob a few grenades down there, then come over here and grab some more. The reason I like to lob grenades over there is because that's kind of where I like to camp. We'll see why in a second. We are going to get a grace window between killing these xenomorphs and the boss coming out again. So don't worry, if you do need to grab more loot, you'll have time to do it soon, which will be a safer time to do so. So I like to stay in this area here because xenomorphs can only spawn from in front of you. There's no vents around or behind or above. They're always going to come from that kind of big doorway there. That big archway. But make sure you're ready because they can come 2 at once. So you might want to be ready with your assault rifle or your shotgun to switch between. Right, it's got one. Going to lob another grenade. Remember, there's quite a lot of grenades in there. Just make sure you're going to have a few for the boss. And there's actually a trophy for shooting a grenade with your pulse rifle, which we're going to do right near the end. But you could always, if you wanted, you could just reload that autosave or one of the saves we've already made back in the panic rooms, lob a grenade down and shoot it. But I like to do it when I'm just waiting for the elevator right at the end. Yeah, so I think my grenade got most of them. Yeah, so what you got to be careful of. See 2 of them there, but luckily my pulse rifle kept them both stun locked. Quickly heal up. If you did get low in health and one is about to jump at you, remember you can press X and left to dodge out of the way. And be careful of this one as well, because even when it looks like the xenomorphs are all dead, there can be one hanging around still. I've had it happen quite a lot with this encounter. So what I'm going to do now is just grab some more ammo. All we've got now is the boss to defeat. So check for first aid kits, like I say, grab some grenades, and then once you're ready, interact this terminal. This will spawn, well, it will release the boss. Now, to defeat this boss, you can lob grenades on the floor and lure him into them, but the best way is to just shoot the red pipes. You see all these orange pipes around the area? I'm just going to lob a few grenades there, so I've got a few spare. and just in case I do have to lure the boss over there, I can just kind of run through, then he'll follow me through, it'll explode and damage him. So wait until he comes through a few steps, otherwise it will have no effect. Shoot that red pipe above him, not too much because you'll make it explode straight away, just so the gas starts coming out, then it should explode after a few minutes, after a few seconds. And then what you want to do is when he's stunned, shoot at sweet points, and then just keep shooting these red pipes as he walks past them, guys. This is how you have to defeat him. And once he's low in health, he'll get a lot quicker, and when he's quicker you have to keep running but shoot these as you run past. Then as he gets past them, they should explode like so. Yeah, they should work well with that timing. So again, back on him, shoot at sweet points. Yeah, it's on his chest, he's kind of got a weak chest exposed there. So again, he's going to run after you, shoot a red pipe. By the time he gets to it, it should explode. That's it. That's what you got to keep doing, guys. And I think this is it. I got him. Good with the bad. Yeah, quite an easy boss fight. I did use the grenades before on in the VR version, but when I was doing it here, sometimes they didn't stun him. So I just ended up doing it that way. But yes, as you just saw then, shoot a grenade, put a grenade down and shoot it, guys, get our trophy. Payload exposed. And now what we've got to do is press this elevator, ride it down, and complete the game. Now, assuming you have never changed your difficulty, you kept it on insane all the way through, you'll get the insane trophy. I did mention about dropping it to insane back in the mess hall way back, but I did mention I'm not quite sure if it works, so don't do it. But now we're at the end. I found out on my other account it doesn't work. Even if you kind of like, say for example, you load a game, you go forward to 10 steps, you change the story, you kill the xenomorphs, and then kill it back, change it back to insane, and then load that earlier save. So in the time you've changed your story and back to insane, you've not made any saves at all. So you think it's not saved that you've done so, but it taints your file somehow. On my other account, I changed difficulty, but I did not save it at all before I changed it back to insane. And when I went down this elevator, the insane trophy did not pop. I knew this was a thing on the VR version. I thought maybe it might have worked here, but no, it still does not work. So go for the insane trophy. Yes, we must make sure we never drop the difficulty. So I'm just waiting, guys, for the elevator. You have to wait for the dog to finish, and you just keep pressing the button, and eventually it will come up to you. And just when you think, yeah, when I first came down here, I was like, there's still more to do. Because when I first played through this game, I thought it's quite a long game. You know, until you learn how to optimise it all and stuff, and how to make strategies go by a lot easier. Some of the encounters. But yeah, come down here and it's like, oh, there's still more left. But then you realise, oh, it's only part 1. What? There's going to be more? Is there going to be DLC? But no, this is apparently the first game. And they're going to release another one, which will be part 2, or Rogue Incursion 2. They just kind of titled it in a weird way, and they didn't actually let us know until the game was about to release that this was part 1. You know, so you thought probably up in about a month before the release, you thought Rogue Incursion was going to be a full game. It is a full game. You know, it's still a good value for money, I think, but just the way how they've kind of left it until last minute to let us know, it's a bit of a weird choice how they've done it and marketed it. But yes, part 2 will apparently come. I'm not quite sure why I've done it, because what if they made literally almost no money? You know, lost money on the game. Are they still going to make part 2? I don't know. I guess we'll see. I mean, they could still. I don't think it's been properly announced yet that it's going to happen. I mean, we're supposed to be getting a part 2, but we'll see what happens. They've got no money. They've got no money, have they? Or funding, or whatnot. So we've got all the trophies for completing the game and for insane. So now we've got to get some misc combat trophies out of the way. So this is what I've got left remaining, guys. So I'm going to show you good spots for them. So we're going to reload the save, which was back before we went into diagnostic. So save file number 5, that's my one before we got green keycard clearance. So I can use that one to backtrack to early areas. But yeah, I think it's my third save, because the most recent save will be the autosave at the last boss. The second save will be that one I made after diagnostic, and the third save is the one I made just before diagnostic. You know, before we took out the Purge canister and spawned all them xenomorphs. So I've now gone into difficulty and I've changed it to story. Yeah, options, gameplay, change the story. The xenomorphs are so much weaker now. Yeah, you won't believe how much weaker they are, and they're so much more dumb as well. So this room, behind the glass, it always spawns 3 xenomorphs, and what we're trying to do is kill 3 xenomorphs in 5 seconds with each weapon. It's quite hard to do. It's actually a lot harder in this version than the VR version, because I think it takes you longer in this version to change to your 3rd gun. Yeah, as you can see, I failed it then. You've got to be really, really tight. You almost got to be perfect to do this. I think you're supposed to do it facehuggers, but even then it can be hard. Because as you see, I didn't stop firing then, and it's just quite a hard trophy. I don't think it works quite well on this non-VR version. But yeah, I'm going to pop it now. So again, make sure it's on story. So the reason I like to use my pulse rifle first, because that seems to take the longest to kill the xenomorph. So I use the longest weapon first, because that starts a 5-second countdown. It'd either be the pulse rifle or the shotgun. Shotgun takes a bit longer, because you have to kind of reload the next shell, don't you? So as soon as you take this out, run into the chamber, guys. Quickly take out three enemies. Use your assault rifle, revolver, shotgun, quickly. So that's 1 dead. Revolver, shotgun. There we go, got it. Every formation, a parade. Like I say, it's quite a hard trophy now in this version, but this is probably the best room to do it outside of killing facehuggers in them containers back outside in the cargo yard. You know, back near where ship is. You know that big snowy area outside? Yeah, all them containers, they have 3 facehuggers inside, so that's another option. But like I say, it's still going to be quite hard, because you've got to be so close doing it, and changing to a 3rd weapon is what makes a big difference, I think. So what I'm trying to do now is to kill an alien as it attempts to execute you. When they kind of crouch on the floor and scream, they won't always, but they're more likely to execute you when you do that, or if you're low in health as well. So if you want to make it more likely, yeah, get low in health, then wait till one's crouched down near you guys, and then once it's crouched down, try to kill it quickly. I'm just going to try and kill him, so there's 1 left. Yeah, see that one is probably about to jump at me, or maybe it wasn't by the looks of it. It's going to do a different attack. So I'm going to let this one damage me. Like I say, they're more likely to do it if you're low in health. So yeah, get low in health. Right, like I say, I'll crouch down. There we go. I think it's about to jump at me. There we go. You don't have to kill them in the air, just when they kind of crouch and they're getting ready to do that attack. But like I say, when they crouch, they might not necessarily be doing that attack. They might just crouch, scream at you, and stand back up. So that trophy out of the way for killing a xenomorph as they attempt to execute you. Right, and what I'm going to do now is, so what I've done, I've reloaded my last save, my oldest save, which was before we got green keycard clearance. And the trophy I'm trying to do now is to lock 5 xenomorphs in a panic room and kill them. You can actually do this if you have, by mistake, overwritten this save. You can do it back on that save just after the diagnostic part. Like I say, enemies will kind of spawn randomly, but it'll trigger a lockdown. So what you need to do is you have to make sure you're in the panic room when they spawn, otherwise you'll not be able to access it. Lure them inside, lock it. Now that panic room we just spawned in, for some reason that room does not work for that trophy. I don't know why. Whenever I kill xenomorphs in that room, it never makes a tracker move. That's first safe room in the medical room near this elevator. Medical wing, yeah. It does not work for this trophy for some reason. The reason I like to come back down into the early area is because the xenomorphs appear to spawn more frequently down here. So it makes it a bit more likely. And if I save my game now, because if you make a save now, it's going to overwrite our oldest save, which is the one we just reloaded, and we do not want to overwrite that save. But if you overwrite it with a save down in the previous area, then it's okay, because you've still got a save down here. That's the thing which I was worried about, not being able to backtrack, and we want to keep that possibility open just in case you miss any collectibles or anything else. So what you might want to do, wait till xenomorphs are outside, then close the trap room and save your game. That way you can just trap a xenomorph in here, kill it, reload, trap a xenomorph in it, reload, and hopefully it will not take too long. I was quite lucky here because one of the xenomorphs had glitched out, so I was only doing one at a time. But I try and do 2 at once. Just got to be careful. So you need to lure them inside, close the panic room door, guys, and then kill him. But as you can see, if you get low in health and there's 2, you might get into trouble. You have to make sure you close the door as well. So I did just make a save. I'm just going to reload it again. So I'm in that same panic room. I've done it I've done it 4 times so far. I think this will be my last kill. But you see how one glitched up for me? I'm going to show you how they can glitch up sometimes. They just get stuck in the walls and things. Yeah, so there's a xenomorph stuck right up there. Wait, I'll get a better angle. Look, there he is. He's kind of just stuck in the wall. This is what happens with xenomorphs. That's why the game glitches sometimes. Look, it just glitched into the wall. So I would have done this a lot quicker if he hadn't glitched. I could have killed them all and then just waited for the next wave to spawn, but then you've got to wait a few more minutes. If you make a safe game when there's a wave already present, then it's just quicker to kind of reload, let them in, reload. You don't have to keep waiting for them to spawn again. So here we come. So like I say, this should be my final time I have to do this. Trap xenomorph in a room and kill him in a panic room. You can always just start a new game and go to that very first panic room. You know where it's the first xenomorph spawned when it jumped down from the roof of the traffic control room. And do that one. So he's in here now. I'm just going to lock the door on him. And now the xenomorph can do some panicking. And there we go. Open the door. Yep. And platinum. Defiant till the end. So that's it, guys. A full guide on Alien Rogue Incursion. If you did miss anything, I'm about to show you my intel discs. So if you missed any intel disc, you should be able to backtrack and get any you missed. Same with emails. If you miss any emails, unfortunately you just got to go and check every computer again. There's no way to tell what emails you do or don't have. Unfortunately, you'd have to go and check most computers. But the text guide will show you exactly all the terminals which have emails on them and everything else. You can just go on to find and replace, search what you're looking for, and it'll take you straight to it. So yes, these are all your intel discs you should have. That'll be it. I'll likely do a review for this, so keep an eye out for that, guys. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next videos.